morning, Megan, Georgia, and everyone else around the world. This is the World Wide Web. The Morning Roast through the World Wide Web on
okay.
Vaughn Live.
It's okay.
Yes, live from the Nut House. This is yours truly, DB here. Irv is under the weather, very under the weather. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow.
We hope for a speedy recovery.
Yes, indeed. I'm all on my lonesome. Oh, lonesome me. Yes, it's me, along with Ed Ironbiter behind the wheels, still behind the camera, behind the Nerve Center, a.k.a. making karaoke.
DS, I got a picture for you. Glad you could make it this morning.
Yes, I'm glad you came by. As you know, it's excuse me, it's 8:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia.
Oops. No, not that one.
Hello.
That one's for Derek.
Hey, yes. You already made my day. Okay. Oh, there. Okay. Not bad, DS.
Yeah, let Lacey see that. See what she thinks of that. Lacey, what you think of that picture?
Yes.
Yeah, you thought he was out bowling the other night, huh?
Yeah, bowling.
He was balling.
That's what they call it.
He was balling.
That was a good one. Really good. That was a
Am
really good bit.
I creative or what?
You're very creative. See, that's if you're gonna do something. If you're gonna picture me with someone, at least give it somebody cute. I mean,
like that guy there.
yeah. Hey, yes. See what happens when you actually follow the directions with that P90X? Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. But I know. I need 60 more days, or at least to get that side, maybe 60 more years. Man, I tell you, it's talking about crazy swole up. But there's been a lot of stuff going on this yesterday.
And here's little Earth. Your mother's a fucking hour.
Well, yes, it's 8:06 a.m. Eastern.
Oh my God, it's Derek!
No, you crazy. It's excuse me. It's 8:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time for June 11, 2013. It's 73 degrees outside with overcast.
And it's supposed to get hot.
Yeah, really
up
hot.
In, close to 100, up in the high 90s.
Yes, or at least break it down. The high of 92, and a low of 73.
There's not one extreme versus the other.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. It's been quite hectic. Not just for crime in here, but it's also the weather. The weather just seems to be unstable, just straight unstable. Has been anything new about you?
Me?
Yeah.
I said it all to you. It's all the news.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I gave you the news. Why don't you go ahead and say? Okay, I guess I'll go.
Well, upcoming, we got Charlton Heston. He's going to talk a little bit, and we got a new police car unveiling. And we got a cat run for mayor of Mexico too. How about that?
A cat running for mayor? Wow.
Yep, cat running for mayor of Mexico. How about that?
Oh yeah, that is something. I do have some news. Hello, and we are back. It's the Morning Roast live from the Nut House here with DB and Ed, making karaoke. I'm Binder behind the camera, and I'm here with my guest co-host for today. We have David Kuzno. How you doing, David?
Doing real good. How's it all going out there in the audience?
It's doing great. Good. It's very good.
Yay.
Yes. As we told you, that Irving's under the weather. Hopefully, he'll make a speedy recovery. And he'll be getting better in no time, hopefully.
Yes, sir. I talked to him on the phone this morning. He's got good spirits, but needs some prayers, I guess.
Yeah, I told him to go like last week, but he's stubborn as a mule.
We all get that way. Hospitals aren't the best place to stick around.
Yeah.
If you're not sick, you're going to get sick.
Hey, look, all I'm going to say, if you're going to go to the hospital, go to Coliseum.
Yes.
They got better food.
Oh, yeah, better food. That's why my aunt.
The waitresses, I mean the nurses.
That's why
the waitresses ain't that hot. But.
You know what? My aunt said that to me. Take me to Coliseum. Don't take me to medical centers. Like,
no,
geez.
people go to the Coliseum just to eat lunch, man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they got a good cafeteria there.
Yeah,
wow.
man, their turkey and
That's
dressing
why.
and stuff.
That
Yeah,
explains
because
it.
it's Sodexo they used to be part of Marriott. They're the ones who do the food.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yep.
So they have grapes. So
next time y'all got to go to the hospital here in Macon, make sure you go to the Coliseum.
Unless you want a good heart attack.
yes, that's true. Yes, they're good. Yeah, they're really good. Good.
Yeah, that is. Tell them you're the Just for Men guy.
You're the Just for Men guy.
You're not only owner, you're a client.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's right. Yes. Good morning.
Yes.
Yes. Is that
when he's not running for mayor, that is.
There you go. Just for men. Now the question will be then: shall I put the coloring on the goatee or not? This is the natural.
Mm-hmm.
This is the natural. But this isn't.
Okay.
I mean, this is, it could be colored or not.
No, this is gray. This is brownish.
Right. And
Yeah.
this is dark black. So my whole face.
You got to do it all. You can't just do this because
That's right.
you can see where you ended right here.
But I didn't do this.
Mhm.
This is all natural.
Oh.
It's all natural. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
do I
this is
shave
all
it?
natural too?
This is all natural. Everything's natural.
yeah. See,
Notice I shaved?
Yeah, a little bit. You trimmed up.
Yeah, I trimmed up.
that's probably one of the
Belly
reasons. That's probably one of the reasons why I've been shaving out, because I got tired of dyeing my beard, as well as my head.
I
It's
don't
kind of
know.
hard to keep the carpet to match the drapes, so to speak. But so, what do you think about the
gray
story?
in the beard, David? All right, that
All right.
sounds one for there.
Thank you, Bean.
How about if I take the beard off? Hello, Derek.
Yeah.
That looks good. All right.
Yeah, Steven was saying, "Where's Aunt lately?" He's with his kids. He's while there's summertime, he's doing playing with his kids and stuff, and getting ready for I guess a stage production of what was that play? I can't remember.
He's also making his own little movie too.
Oh,
wasn't
yes,
he?
yes, he's also
so
getting
doing
ready to
that,
movie.
trying to do
Yes.
production.
Yes, he's moving. The Bean says, "Leave the beard alone." So it's good right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bee Sting. That's the movie he's working
Bee
on.
Sting, yeah.
Bee Sting. He's working on that. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a.
Who's working on it?
Ant.
Oh.
Yeah, he's working on that because I guess
I knew a girl in elementary school had little bee stings on her chest.
Oh yeah. And you try to suck the sap out, right? No comment. That's the first time I ever heard Ed. Shut up.
Wow.
Yeah, he's ignoring it totally. He says he's reading the chat. Yeah, right. It stunned him.
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
Yes.
Here, what
Uh-oh. I don't know. Where's it been? Put it back, man. Mine's in the car. Mine's in the car. If you want my hat, go get my cowboy hat. It's in the back seat of my car, man.
Wow. Wow. So, speaking of some crazy stuff, it's just like a convention, which brings back to the story that I just briefly talked about just before you came in about North Texas resident Star Wars actor of Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, was in a dust-up, had a problem with TSA agents when they stopped him in the airport because he had a lightsaber-shaped walking cane. So what do you
I'm
think?
sitting here watching. What I think, man, TSA is hard on everybody. Like David Letterman said, well, that's the best time where you can get a good feel down.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You know.
Could you imagine he had to explain to him, it's really my cane, I'm 7'2". Sheesh, I can't carry my body weight like I used to. It's like, come on, Give me my cane before.
And he come in, and I notice he's in a wheelchair too. So not only is he in a wheelchair, but he has his cane with him. Mm-hmm. So what's the problem, TSA? I mean, come on, man. Like this guy's a real hardened criminal that he's going to say, "You didn't get my hat, man. I thought you were going to go to my car."
Probably like he didn't get the rectal exam.
Yeah,
the complimentary rectal exam.
That's right.
Wow.
Bend over.
I hope he didn't. I hope the TSA didn't do that to Peter Mayhew on his way to this flight.
The guy's 7 foot something.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is just look at him like this. I mean, that's it. No, they'll check the crevices out.
Yeah, just get a colonoscopy with a telescope. That's all you can do. Sheesh. But you know, you got to be really. I mean, come on.
He's a terrorist, you know.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm quite sure TSA had a whole lot of Wookiees on their planes before. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway. Do you think that's much ado about nothing right there?
There it is. That is. Now, I do agree, though, that they do have to check the baby buggies and some of the wheelchairs and things of that sort, because that is where the people hide it. And you go to grocery stores and you watch these people, you know, that do thieves and that. They'll put all the stuff inside the bags and that of the baby. And that's the reason why they push this buggy around.
Right.
And, you know, all you got to do is hollow out one of them wheels or the corners, and you can put almost anything you want in them buggies.
Wow.
So, yeah.
No, I didn't know about that. Wow.
You can do just about anything you want. If somebody wants to do it, they can do it. But, you know, this guy is, what, well-known? Come on. It's like he's going to really be in there with something that's going to be a weapon of some sort.
I know.
I'd rather have him have a weapon on him. If it was a weapon, let him bring it on.
I mean, 7'2", and plus he's in his 60s. I mean, how much 7'2", you know, Wookiees, you know, walk around with, you know, lightsaber. I mean, it's not like it is a lightsaber walking cane. It's not like it's real, you know. It's not like real. If it did, I mean, it probably would have, you know, sliced the TSA agent's hand in half. Just
be like, "Madam Stewardess, let me come into the chambers. I want to fly this airplane."
These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the drugs you're looking for. And I hope you're doing well, Peter, Mr. Mayhew. I hope you're doing well, and I'm glad the Force is definitely with you. Anyway,
I don't think Irvin has his computer with him.
No, it's
because I'm using it right now, so he has no way of getting onto the internet or anything.
Say anything we want.
Yeah, you can say what you want, and he'll have to look back on the episode. Are you actually retaping this, Ed? So you can see it again?
Yes. Too much says.
Or are you just leaving it to where Irvin's imagination will have to figure out what we've been saying about him?
No, I record them all.
Do you record them all?
Anybody that runs to watch them.
Yeah.
So we can go ahead and just. I guess we can just hold on to this particular piece right here. It's 8:35. We can go ahead and says what Too Much says on the chat room says, "Get well, sir. Get well soon, Irv, if you're watching, and maybe you could sign in and join the chat." Well. Maybe some of the nurses over there will give.
Yeah, I don't think he has any way to. He said he'd call in, but we can call and do a redial on there.
Oh, cool. Okay.
There you go. We can do that.
Okay. If anyone wants to give him a call or wants to call in, just call 478-254-6287 or I Suck Goats.
No, we're gonna call him in the hospital and see what he wants to say. And be like, "Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Where's the chat? I mean, like it says, how many people are chatting right now on here?
So far,
oh, so he's in the hospitalized.
He doesn't have to read that.
On my phone, it's on there.
Huh?
On my phone, if you need the address. Oh, you got that? I'm okay.
Well, I do have some serious news. I think somewhere near our area.
Riverbend.
Yeah, singer CeeLo spurs complaints at Riverbend. Yes, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Music artist CeeLo Green wore out his welcome at Chattanooga's Riverbend Festival. The Chattanooga Times Free Press reported organizers of the Chattanooga Music Festival said they were deluged with complaints after CeeLo took the stage 45 minutes late and launched into a profanity-laced performance. Festival officials said that the performer had airport delays with his private jet, but were caught off guard by his lyrics. Executive Director Chip Baker of Friends of the festival said CeeLo won't be coming back, quote unquote. The artist also gained popularity as a coach on the NBC reality show The Voice. The Atlanta performer's press and management agencies didn't respond Sunday to requests for comment. Wow, I guess he brought in a new meaning.
Of our own 24 News.
Yes,
Central.
yes, from the source. Yes, from WJXA. I guess he pretty much CeeLo pretty much said to the crowd, "Forget you."
Yeah.
I know.
Get back where you came from. Get back on The Voice.
Can you hear him? There you go. What's up? What's up?
Now that's a recording that you're on there.
Oh, you sure? That's,
Yeah, he just picked it up.
I think.
Hello.
Hey,
I think it went to a recording.
Like voicemail or something.
Mm-hmm. All right.
there you go.
Oh well.
Try it again. What is that? A box in there that you're putting it in? Or?
Hello.
Hello, you're on the
Hello.
Morning Roast. What's going on, man?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great. How you doing, Irv?
Good, good. Derek, how you doing?
Doing well. It was a one-man band for the first 15 minutes until DC came around.
Okay. And how's the show going now?
Well, so far we're number 3. Well, actually number 2 right now.
Oh, cool. Okay, so everybody's on. Hello, everybody. Can they hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can hear you. They can hear you. Can you all hear 'em?
Yeah. So they're all chatting away.
Yes.
Anyway, I got a new story.
Uh-huh.
A mother and a son were found. Did you tell that story yet?
No, not yet though, but we
Okay,
will soon.
carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh yes, yes. I heard about that up
The
in
little
that
boy
room.
is dead and the mother is barely alive.
Yeah, it happened. That's the second time that it happened in that motel.
That's
up
correct.
north.
That's correct.
Yes.
And you would think that they would put carbon monoxide detectors up there, but obviously they don't care.
Well, not all places, all buildings have carbon monoxide detectors
It's a
in it.
new law.
Yeah,
So-
in that state, they don't have to have them, but hopefully that'll change.
Well, they will in that particular building. I believe that they're going to have to.
Yeah.
So,
What about, did you hear the story about Chad slapping his lawyer in the butt?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's the story. I was gonna save it for sports, but I guess since you brought it up, yeah. Yeah, Chad Okocinco was supposed to get off yesterday, and his lawyer got him off. He did. He just about getting ready, but I guess out of excitement, he just slapped him on the butt like he was
Yeah,
part of the
stupid.
team. And the judge saw it, and she did not like it at all. So it was like, screw this, Chad.
No,
You're just
and
gonna
he
get
said
30
no,
days.
And she said,
Who was that
good.
again?
She gave him, I don't know what she gave him.
Chad Johnson, Ochocinco.
Yeah, Ochocinco. Yeah, who lost his reality show and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so it just shows that you
Well, that
can't just
shows
slap
how
anybody on
famous-
your butt in front of anybody,
That
right?
shows how famous he is. I never heard of the motherfucker.
He played in the NFL.
Yeah, well, he's got like 2 names. And he had a reality show where he was always gawking and laughing and driving his girlfriend crazy.
And plus, he was
Well, we all got 2 names, either our real name or asshole, one or the other.
yeah. Or
This guy's pretty much
Or somebody that
both.
wants to have a different name that don't know who his real name is, and
they
then
call it an
he
alias.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why
well,
can't
this
I
guy's
stand
a bit of
you
an
like you go by
asshole.
some stupid nickname?
He also thinks he's all that. He is good looking kid, but he, you know,
come on, I don't know what it mean or whatever it is for
Like,
Jack. We don't
you
go
know,
there.
you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's got all the ladies falling and fawning over him.
Well, yeah, because he's a jock, a pro jock, Plus being on Dance with the Stars too. So.
Oh yeah, he didn't win either.
No, he didn't win. He didn't win.
Yeah, I think that one-legged girl that was married to Paul McCarthy won over him or something.
Hey, somebody said if you called in to prank a pizza order on us, is that what you did, man? You got a pizza coming over here for us?
That would be good, except you're going to have to pay for it.
Oh, shoot. Well, I'm not the mayor yet, so I can't put it on the city tab.
Herb, are you watching the show?
You can curse him out, by the way.
Are you watching the show?
How you get rid of him?
Yeah, that's true. They were asking if you were watching the show or somehow.
No, I don't have a computer in here, and so I can't even watch the show, but I appreciate you guys calling. It's kind of nice to be on the show, even though I'm not on the show.
Hey, I like your new ear piercings, man. They're pretty cool.
You got to see some of the pictures Editor did. He's got one of me with big ears, and...
Yeah, that's
I got a new one. That's even better.
Yeah,
bigger ears.
Bigger ears with looks like
bigger ears and a bigger mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
With 3 ear piercings on it, man.
He used to be Anthony, and now you split it between both me and Derek, because he's got some doozies on Derek.
Oh yeah. He got some
Well, he's starting on me now. He put me with the president.
Good.
And at least I was smiling at him instead of waving the finger.
Well, make sure that we put that online. David Kuzno for mayor.
There you go.
With big monkey ears.
With the monkey's ears.
By the
No,
way,
those would have to come
Right.
after I become mayor. Things like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, beforehand we don't want to do
You
that.
gotta get elected first.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
not.
don't
I'm
want to
not.
ruin your chances.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess who I'm going to sit for lunch today? I'm not going to meet him.
Who's that?
Joe Allen.
Oh, that's right. Why don't you have him come up and visit you in the hospital? Let's see how really sociable he is.
You know, the guy is not that sociable. You were sitting right there with him. That guy's
Oh, I know. But he's supposed to be a kid you love man and a God you love man or whatever.
You have his
he
phone
should come
number?
visit you in the hospital.
Yeah.
You have his phone number?
I won't give it over the air here, but I can find it out for you.
Okay, that'll
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be meeting him at Janine's.
Okay.
If you want, I'd listen. You're more than welcome to go there on my behalf.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny?
I swear to God, tell him, you know what, Irving couldn't make it. He asked me to come because he's got a few questions. Let him buy you lunch.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. See, just say that you're
Now, are you talking about Janine's up there off in Napier or the one downtown?
The one downtown.
Okay.
Right.
By the courthouse and all. Okay.
Yeah, I would bet. I mean, I can't imagine him. Maybe it's in Napier, but who gives a crap? It's one of those.
Yeah. And what time were you supposed to meet him?
11:30.
11:30.
Wow.
Okay.
Would you go?
Yeah, I'll go and I'll let him know where you're at.
I love it.
He'll probably drop a little bit of rocks when he sees me coming there.
Yeah, that would be great. He's got to
If
be
they ask,
lunch.
we'll just say that you're
I want
we'll
to
just say
tip
that
you,
you're working
but
with Santa's
he
Little
offered- He
Helpers.
said it's on me.
Yeah, I'll say that's what he said. I'm working with the Santa's Little Helpers. The elves told me.
Exactly. You tell him the elf that takes the diarrhea all the time.
There you go.
That's what Ed's got me down there with. But no, serious. Tell him Irv asked me to come because he's got 2 major questions he wanted to ask you.
Okay.
The first one is, how is he going to unite the community racially? What's his plan to help the race relations in the community? And the second one is, what is he going to do about jobs in the community?
Yeah, he said putting people back to work, but where? Are there jobs hidden somewhere in Macon that the secret society only knows about?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look, exactly, the secret society. And the other thing is, you got to tell him on behalf of Derek, because Derek has been looking for work, and there is nothing in Macon. It's like it's like trying to find a fish in the Dead Sea, you know?
Yeah. Like a needle in a haystack.
Ridiculous. And on behalf of Derek, I want you to ask him, but I can give a rat's ass about work.
Yeah. Hey, Irv, if you want Joe's number, we got it. He's posted it publicly on Facebook if you want it.
After I did
really?
mine posting and give it to everybody, then he did it. He's trying to follow my path, I guess. But we'll give it to you live anyway, so that way everybody can call and bug the heck out of him
He's
too.
gotta have something to write it down. He won't.
Yeah.
You got something to write it down with? It's an easy number.
No, but I'll try to remember it. Just don't forget about the 478.
Yeah, it's a 955-4100.
Oh, that's easy. That's
Yeah.
right. 955-4100. I remember that.
Okay.
I think we called him one time, right, Derek?
Right.
You know? So,
And then after you get done talking to him, I won't go up there now that you got his number to let him know, but have him come visit you. Don't tell him you're not going to make it. Say, hey, look, I'm in the hospital. Why don't you come on up to the hospital with me?
okay.
And see if he does. And I want to know if he actually comes up there instead of goes feed his face.
Okay, very good.
All right?
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you he ain't gonna come.
Well, I think he
Never know.
will. I think he will. If he's a true politician that wants to hear your voice, he'll come.
No, but he knows. But listen, but
He'll pray
Derek
for you,
O'Hurst, when we were together. Oh, there's that short guy with the big mouth.
Yeah. Well, that's
what he knows me as,
that's
right,
you,
Derek?
man. That's just that is your claim. You know, your celebrityism here. Everybody's got one. You know, I'm the bald-headed guy that does karaoke.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And by the way, the sheriff. I met with the sheriff yesterday. It was great meet.
What old David have to say?
Oh yeah, he had a lot to say, and I'll tell you some about it, but it's a lot of it is kind of a little personal.
I got you. I know what you mean because I had those conversations with him too.
Yeah.
His hands are. The basic thing is his hands are tied. Correct.
Yes and no. Yes and no. His hands are tied as far as right now with consolidation
Right.
going on, and so he's got to wait that out.
Right.
Basically, he doesn't have to worry about consolidation even happening.
Correct.
You know, he's still going to go through with what he needs to go through as a sheriff. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and as far as the police department, it's going to be merged together, but they're still going to be police and they'll still be sheriff,
Okay.
which is unusual, but it's still going to stay
Well-
that way.
Yeah.
So the police are not going to be sheriffs.
Okay, so he's not going to deputize them. They decided to not do the deputizing.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good because they don't need to do that.
Deputize who?
The police.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, but that's also bad too because then he doesn't really have a total control over them either.
Well, he still is because the chief is going to work under his direction.
But will he be called chief again? Is he going to be an elected? I mean, is he going to be an appointed? And who is going to
Yeah.
appoint him?
Yep. So, well, but and somehow the mayor retains his power. It's all so crazy. I think this can.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why that I was never for this consolidation because it was never drafted up
Well, they
correctly.
put it as a title consolidation, but in fact, it's all stays the same. So who knows?
Yeah.
But anyway, I've got my nurse here ready to give me some medicine.
Okay, she's going to give you a scrub down too?
Sponge bath.
Sponge bath? A sponge bath for SpongeBob?
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Well, we'll come over there and encourage her to if you want us to.
But anyway, I'll let Joe Allen do that.
There you go. That's right, because you like that type of handwork anyways.
Listen, you guys have a great show.
All right, guy.
All right, and my love to all the chatters. Thanks for being on the show, guys.
And they all say get well, man.
They also, they want you to get well, all of them.
Okay, wonderful. Well, hopefully I'll be there. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. They're not letting me know yet.
Well, tomorrow never comes, so when they give you a day to get out an hour, then that's when you know you're going to be able to get here.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, buddies.
Later, man.
Take
All
care.
right, later. Thanks, Ed.
All right, don't forget to
care,
call.
man.
Don't forget to call me back and let me know what Joe has said.
When they gonna spring you loose?
Oh, I don't know. They said a couple of days, I guess.
Oh God! All right, man. I'll hold down the fort here for you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate
You
it.
got your key with you?
Huh?
You got your key with you?
No.
Okay.
Not a.
Well, I'm just gonna lock the door at night, man.
Yeah, just do that.
I don't like leaving it unlocked.
Where's your key
Somebody
at?
might come in and rape me.
Yes.
He'd enjoy it though.
might
But where's your key at? And I'll bring it up to you.
I don't even know. It's somewhere, and don't even worry about it.
Okay.
But anyway, it's 955-4100, right?
Correct. You got good memory there, buddy.
Okay, good. All right, guys.
Hey, I seen that you are doing some Hershey Kisses up here on some cookies.
Sounds good. At this point, I'll take anything.
You're taking.
All right, guys. Love you.
I know.
Take care.
Have a great show. You too, John.
All right, man.
All right.
Bye-bye. Hold it down, baby.
All right.
I'll do.
Bye.
Will do. That was Irving Martinez, everybody. Very good. He's in good
I
spirits.
forgot all of these pictures I had. This is the one, New Year's Day. This is the New Year's Day picture.
Wow, too much says watch your BP. Government guys tend to make everybody nervous. Yeah. Speaking of, okay.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Oh, they're space aliens trying to contact you.
Beam me up.
Wow. Wow, that's something. Speaking
No, I'm in the 6th grade. Why do you ask?
Yeah.
I sit in front of Jethro
One
Bodine.
wonders if Ed is in the 7th grade.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of conspiracies, or at least,
Probably older than him.
yeah.
There
were-
Well, how are you, C-Flock?
There were a couple of shows, yeah.
How old are you, C-Flock?
Graphics will tell.
Okay. Wow.
How can we get some graphics up here?
Oh, I get some graphics. They'll ban me off the damn.
Wow. But speaking of something graphics, or at least controversial, there have been some new shows.
59, okay.
There have been some shows that were on that had their series premieres last night. Actually, there was a show called Graceland that's been heavily advertised on USA Network. It made its debut last night, right after WWE's Monday Night Raw. It's basically kind of like FBI Bones, CSI meets the Real World from MTV. You know, like, what are you gonna do with seven agents living together in one crazy beach house?
Man.
It's Graceland. Yes. I mean, this is a guy. He's like a rookie, just graduated from the FBI Academy, and he's roomed into this group of this beach house that was confiscated by the FBI because the guy who used to live in it that they arrested was a big Elvis fan, and that's how it got the name Graceland, hence the title of the show.
Okay.
And he's sharing the place with a room with another FBI agent, I think 2 DEA agents, and I think one from the ATF or something like that. And they.
Is that what the? Yeah, Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not on FX. It's on USA. It's
USA,
on USA
okay.
Network. Yeah.
That's why I haven't seen it, because I don't get USA. I get whatever comes through the air comes on my TV.
Okay.
I don't pay for anything, nor do I pay for it in the car.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I get my free Sirius right now because there's a promo, and then after that it will go off, and then they'll do it on another holiday in July. I'll get it free for about 2 weeks, and then they'll shut it off, and they'll give it back to me again.
Yeah.
So I pay for it. It comes free.
Well, yeah. There was also another premiere that came on last night. It was on ABC right after The Bachelorette.
Oh boy.
That was a show called Mistresses, which is, I guess, is like a revamped, reboot version, network TV version of Sex in the City or something like that. But I guess they had to make it well tuned, because Sex. I guess in a way it's probably much more diverse ethnically speaking, because Sex in the City was basically all white female cast, and then you had basically Girlfriends on UPN, which was an all black female cast. So I guess they made it even much more diverse. You had like 2 white females, an African American woman, and you had an Asian woman. Basically, you probably. Well, yeah, because you have Jocelyn Atees, who plays the African American female. She probably seen her in a lot of commercials and stuff, and possibly in the Tyler Perry film, Medea's Family Reunion, where she was supposed to be engaged to Blair Underwood's character, who was this abusive guy, and she ends up giving him the Al Green treatment. Pour a boiling pot of hot grits on him, you know. Woo! Yeah, that'll make you reach religion. Now I know why he's a preacher.
Yeah.
Really. And also stars Alyssa Milano of Charmed and Who's the Boss fame, and also Young Jung Kim, who's the Asian actress. She's probably best known for being on the show Lost. So it's a quite provocative show, I guess, to say the least. But I guess not that many people talking about it, so I guess it's not wasn't that good. Wow. But I guess it's nice to see Alyssa Milano's face, you know, time to time, because I used to have a crush on her back in those Who's the Boss days, but that's neither here nor there. But I do have couple of stories here from local news. Robberies witness aid in arrest. One suspect still at large. Says Bibb County Sheriff deputies say witnesses helped in the arrest of a man suspected of helping in the armed robbery of a local convenience store. Deputies arrested 36-year-old Christopher Darnell Heath after the armed robbery of the Tobosofsky Lake store around 11 a.m. Monday morning yesterday. Deputies say Heath's suspected accomplice had just held up the store and was running toward the car driven by Heath when witnesses blocked the vehicle from leaving the scene. Heath was caught. The accomplice ran off into the woods and remains at large. If you have any information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-877-68-CRIME. That's 1-877-68-CRIME.
And get this, from what I hear, he ran into the woods, stripped down his clothes, and left the money there.
Really?
And the gun, yes. He left his money, his clothes, and his gun. So he's probably running around naked or in his underwear somewhere.
Wow. He's literally assed out.
That's right.
You're going to do the Daily Bread today, right?
I have no idea. I've got to leave about 10:30, so I'm going to be leaving early. So, yeah.
Derek can just do a few more minutes of sports.
I could probably,
That'll give you a little more time to sleep.
There, give you some more time to sleep? Okay. I don't even know what time.
Jeez. Your dad must really ruined you for sports,
My
man.
dad used to be listening to one basketball game in this year, another basketball game in this year, and watch another one on the goddamn TV.
Even my dad.
Screaming and yelling, ah, you son of a bitch!
Then you wonder what TV was
football
watching.
season was worse.
Oh, please. My dad, I don't know even why my dad even bothered watching sports because he just basically watched this. I think it gave him a reason to cuss out people because you know Atlanta back during the 70s and 80s, you know, Atlanta sports teams weren't really the most winningest teams of all. I mean, if we had teams like the Yankees or, you know, like the Mets or something, we probably would have been more of a real sports fan. But you can pay him to give him like season tickets, like for Falcons tickets or Hawks tickets. He expects the home team to win if he's going to give him a ticket. He says, "Bump that! I'm not going to waste gas and stuff like that. If I'm going to actually see them play, they better win." You know, but that's his mentality. He says, "If not, I might as well just sit down and watch it on TV where it's free. Don't have to waste gas. Don't have to find a parking space or nothing. You know."
Wonder who announced a run yesterday for office or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can. Yeah, you can probably go into that because
Who was the guy who came out yesterday telling he was running for office?
I don't know. There's a couple people in the Warner Robins area, but there was nobody else in the making.
Yeah, no, Warner Robins is going.
Yeah, Warner Robins going through it because they're going to be electing their new mayor and all. But as far as making it, still locked up until the judicial system decides whether it's going to be partisan or nonpartisan. So if it ends up being partisan, then all the money's got to get refunded, and then we all have to requalify again. Which to me, I think should be against the law to do that, because we've all registered already. The time limit was in there. Why should the doors be opened up to everybody else to come in? I don't mind it, you know, have more people in, but still, you know, if you look at it as far as justice is, we are the next set of mayors to come in. Nobody else came to the board to run.
I know. I see what's, you know, it's not different than any other city. They do stuff behind closed doors, and they try to push shit through until somebody catches on, like this here. They caught, Department of Justice caught on and said, no, you can't do that.
Well, why didn't they do that with the...
got to a high level.
Yeah. Well, why didn't they do that with the healthcare bill?
Possibly.
That was rammed down our throats, too.
Yep.
Behind the scenes and everything.
Yes.
So,
Seafluke says,
you know, what's the difference? Because that's federal government, they can get away with it.
Yeah, what Seaflex said, it's not just the partisan, it's the date of the election, but
Yeah.
they had one in, I can't remember, they just had an election for something, somewhere. They were scrutinizing it because the date in some other city or state, Chicago or something like that.
Oh, okay. Plastic's in. She's under the name Here Forever. She's using her husband's computer, Ed.
Okay.
So how you doing, Plastic? Yeah, Irving's in the hospital, and we're just hopefully he'll be coming back. When we
Yeah, it's up to Section 5, but if you realize how Section 5 came about, we're still back in the 1800s because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, get the real facts on why Section 5 was really written for this city here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And Section 5 should never even exist in our city. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
The real man on there now. Woo, mess with him, that's worse than Ronnie Thompson. Machine Gun Ronnie.
Now light your ass up.
Woo, Jiminy. Yeah,
Wow. How about that?
man.
On that note, I guess it's time for a break, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly
Please.
is.
Time flies when you're going solo
When
for a
you're
while.
doing something.
Yeah, yep. It's 9:03 right now, 9:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, right here. Just one hour done for the record books. It's 73 degrees right outside. It's cloudy with a good chance. Well, supposedly a good chance of rain. It's supposedly sunny according to the weather desktop on my Mac. Is a high of 92 and a low of 73. You're watching the Morning Roast with DB and DC and Big Ed. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and don't touch your mouse. We'll be right back.
Don't touch my mouse.
Every time our country stands in the path of danger, an instinct seems to summon her finest first. Those who truly understand her. When freedom shivers in the cold shadow of true peril, it's always the patriots who first hear the call. When loss of liberty is looming, as it is now, the siren sounds first in the hearts of freedom's vanguard. The smoke in the air of our Concord bridges and Pearl Harbors is always smelled first by the farmers who come from their simple homes to find the fire and fight, because they know that sacred stuff resides in that wooden stock and blued steel, something that gives the most common man the most uncommon of freedoms. When ordinary hands can possess such an extraordinary instrument, that symbolizes the full measure of human dignity and liberty. That's why those 5 words issue an irresistible call to us all, and we must. So, as we set out this year to defeat the divisive forces that would take freedom away, I want to say those fighting words for everyone within the sound of my voice to hear and to heed, and especially for you, Mr. Gore. From my cold, dead hands.
We really need to know a little more about this ricin poison. So we turned to Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center for some help with that. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Christopher Ohl says it's really rare to see this kind of poisoning in people.
Ricin is a fairly potent protein toxin that actually comes from the castor bean. And so the castor bean is a fairly ubiquitous plant. So in fact, here in the Southeast, some people might even have them in their ornamental gardens. To just get ricin in the mail in kind of a granular powder form while it might sound horrible because it's a potent toxin, probably isn't as high as a risk as people are thinking.
Dr. Ohl says it is very difficult for ricin to get in the skin and then hurt you that way.
This is like the blood spill on the seat.
Ashley Immel found the Chihuahua's mutilated remains inside her old Honda on her driveway.
The body was just like there, and like the stomach was sliced open too.
Just 2 weeks ago, she found the severed head of a small terrier inside her boat.
It was kind of just like a shock, like, because it wasn't so gruesome. It was just kind of just the head. I didn't see like the face or anything.
She does believe she knows why this is happening.
There's been some food tussles and stuff that's happened in the past that could carry on to a vendetta like this.
Ashley says she's not one to shy away when she gets in scrapes, especially fights or provocations when she was a little bit younger.
No one really kind of forgets anything like that. If you get beat up by a girl.
Ashley may believe she's the only target in this small town, but it still put many, including her landlord, on edge.
If they do that, what would they do to people later on? You know, they got to be stopped.
Yolo County deputies are investigating what they consider a serious crime that could have implications beyond the animals killed so far.
Generally, when somebody will do this to an animal, they sometimes will do it to a human as well.
That's true.
And that's our biggest concern.
Now, another reason this community is a little bit on edge is that back in the late 1980s, when there was a murder spree involving 2 young local men, it was preceded by the mutilation of several animals.
A cat is running for mayor of a town in Mexico. Yep, you heard that right. Hey, I'm Jillian on Buzz 60. Morris the cat is now a mayoral candidate after some students in Jalapa, Mexico dubbed him the citizens candidate out of their frustration with current politicians. Morris's campaign promises to rid the city of rats, a local euphemism for corrupt politicians. His campaign managers say that their candidate promises to sleep, eat, yawn, and play in the dirt, and will continue to do so if he wins the election. Morris admits that he'll probably make a mess in office, but promises to cover it up instead of leaving it around for others to clean. Get it? Like a litter box, because he's a cat? It looks like Morris has a lot of support. His Facebook page has almost 80,000 likes, but that doesn't mean he has a chance of winning. He won't be listed on the ballot because, you know, he's a cat. But his campaign staff are asking voters to write his name or draw a picture of a cat as a way of sending a message to politicians. Well, lesson learned. You want your idea to go viral? Just make sure there's a cat involved. The internet loves cats. But 60, now you know, pass it on.
How about that?
Yeah.
Cat can
go to the cat.
Yes. Yes, we can.
He can run for mayor.
He can run for mayor. Wow. How about that? Now we've definitely seen everything. So yes, there is hope. There's hope for you. Even hope for Ant running for mayor. Doesn't anybody can run it? If a cat can, my goodness.
Ants is what the
But you came riding in on a horse.
That's right. I came riding in on a horse.
A fucking horse.
That's right. And paid in gold coins, man. Or at least the dollar Susan B's and the presidential coins.
Yeah, the Sacagawea coins.
You got it. Yeah. 1,875 coins.
There he is.
That's a heavy duty bag.
David Cousineau, running for mayor of Macon, riding on a horse.
The new sheriff in town.
There you go.
That's the horse he rode in on.
Yeah.
Literally. Wow.
Little Momo, nice day.
Incredible. That's
new government, new mayor, D.C., David Cousineau.
Yes.
And I tell you what, that little stallion boy, he's only 3 years old, and he's a country boy, and he doesn't like the city.
Tell the viewers in the world why you're using D.C. also.
D.C., Macon, Georgia, the biggest dropout rate in the whole nation. Almost the highest of
high school dropout.
High school drops out. Yep.
Okay.
52%. We're the lowest, as far as education-wise, nationwide.
Right.
So when I sit there and went in as a write-in candidate, most people can't even write their own name.
Wow.
So they have to usually sign with a big X. So I asked the,
that is like 1855.
So I asked the Board of Election. I said, how can I overcome that? That's the biggest problem I have is running as a write-in candidate. People can't even write their own name. How are they going to write David Cousineau? She says, well, if it looks like a David or a Cousineau on the ballot, we have to accept it because that is the laws. And then she showed me what the laws were. And then she says, well, do you go by a nickname of anything? And I says, yeah, I go by DC all the time. She says, that's perfect, because people can at least punch a D and a C if they know how to, you know, read the alphabet.
Right. Yeah.
So I said, okay, we got to incorporate DC on it, and that's what I did. I incorporated DC, so that way you could either write the full name down or portions of it to make it look like David Cousineau, or put DC on the ballot, or even a PC, since I was the only write-in candidate. Anything that was write-in that looked like a D or a P, I mean, sounded like a D, because D and P, you know, or C and, you know, whatever it would be, or E or whatever, would be counted.
Okay.
Because it looks like it's similar to.
When we're walking, the girls are being into the sign.
And which one?
The LS sign. They couldn't read it.
Oh yeah, and walked up to the sign and these two girls.
We're
started out. You started out, Ed.
No, you're in front of the mic.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we're coming back in, and we're going down the street, and these women are walking down the street and looking at these signs and all that, and they walk past the Jack Ellis sign and all, and I says, well, I'm David Cousineau and everything else. Well, I just saw your sign down the road. And I says, you did? And I says, I don't have no sign up. Well, it's right back there. And it happened to be a Jack Ellis sign. So whether they couldn't read or whether they were, you know, talking with me or, you know, wanting to support me or whatever else it is, the fact is they couldn't read a sign. And they said, yeah, I saw a sign back there. So, I mean, it's sad. Our city is really, really bad as far as readability and literacy, all of that. They just can't do it.
He wants to know what your solution to the school is. My solution to the school system is, if they ain't making the grade, they don't pass.
That's right.
They'll sit there forever.
That's
if
right.
they could drop out, then they go get locked up. No house arrest, none of this crap running the street. Locked up or school, one or the other. Back in the day, that's the way it was when I was growing up.
And if we didn't go, we got our fannies whooped going and our fannies whooped coming back home. If we found, So
that's true.
You know, and the neighbors did it and had no problems of doing it. If they saw little Johnny walking down the street and it was school time, boy, that boy got tore up.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'd say, well, you said if they don't pass, they do drop out. Lock them up. Put them in a special place for them.
That's right.
They won't be dropping out when they know they're going to be sitting there pounding dirt for a year.
That's right.
That's true.
No cell phones, no iPhones, no iPads.
So
no booty, no crack, no smoke.
Okay. No.
And that's what they do. So I mean, and they start 7 years old. I mean, the one boy, what was it, about around February or whatever, got busted in the Bibb County school system. In the middle school, he was, I think, 7 years old or whatever, busted with an ounce of marijuana sitting in his bag.
Wow.
So
you're talking about, like, if they do drop out, so they basically they have to have a high school diploma, no GEDs, no good enough diplomas, right? Right, Ed?
Hey, you know what? None of this social passing or just get them through the system. Not like that, but they need higher standards. I know it's hard to get teachers here, but yeah, they need to pay them more. But obviously, teachers need to.
Well, they need to bring discipline back into the school.
Yeah.
That's the main key. Bring the discipline back into the school. And I think if little Johnny ever upsets anybody in that school, who's ever the guardian of that child needs to come to that school, just like when we were called. You know, my daddy was called, my mama was called before I even knew I was, you know, that they were even called.
Yeah, yeah. Even Seafluke says you have to make the school work, then you can enforce higher standards. That's very true. But sometimes some people go a little bit overboard. I mean, like, I don't know if you heard about the story about the kid who wasn't expelled, but he was suspended from school because the teacher during lunchtime he saw him like eat a Pop-Tart and made it into a form of a gun, and he said bang bang, and they had to suspend him because they thought he was violent. Remember that sort of stuff? You got to have some type of balance in there. You can't have, like, stupid teachers, because stupid teachers begat stupid students.
Right. Or they complained because they handcuffed a 5-year-old, a kindergarten, to the chair, but they didn't publicize what the little kindergartner did in the principal's office. She literally tore down the desk, busted some chairs inside the room, threw a little temper tantrum, and then they said, "Oh, well, you're picking on her because you handcuffed her to the chair." My gosh, what are you going to do? Let her tear up the whole room? You know that.
Like a rabid dog.
Yeah.
C-Flux says discipline is leading and directing, not beating. Which, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Good morning, Earl. Earl Big Skillet. Yeah, I was just wondering, have you? How's your dog? Is your dog doing well?
Okay, C-Flux, what does it require? I mean, if she's sitting there throwing around everything and you sit her back down in that chair and she still gets right back up and throws things around, and that's what the principal was saying, she just kept on doing it, disrupting everything that was going on. So they called in the school police and she still started fussing and handling everything around. What do you do? Answer it, Steve.
It takes a second. It's about a 30-second delay.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a 30-second delay.
Yeah, Jesus didn't beat his discipline. I mean, beat his disciples, but his disciples weren't throwing temper tantrums and throwing everything around. Even, so what do you do?
He said remove her to a controlled environment. What is a controlled environment?
Yeah.
A padded room?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there padded rooms in a school? Those are good things, but
maybe in Milledgeville, but I'm just
no, Milledgeville's closed down. That's why we got all the nuts down here now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah. Well, they all come down to Macon now.
Well, that's good to hear, Earl. I was kind of worried about your dog because you were talking about on Facebook that you had your dog basically helped you, I guess, save your life from. It got bit because of by those. You were cornered by 2 rattlesnakes or something.
Ooh.
And then and she basically just got him away from it, and she got bit, so they had to take her to the vet. So I guess I'm proud of it. I'm glad your dog's still around, because I was just looking high and low for some Eastern Diamondbacks. Wow, those some killers.
They did bring her out of the classroom. They put her in the principal's office, and that's where she tore up the desk and everything else.
Wow, jeez.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
So.
So contact her parents and deal with the issues coming from learning about her in the situation.
They did contact the parents. Everybody was contacted, and she still was throwing her little tantrum.
Tampon?
Yeah, probably that too.
Well, you gotta see, like I said, but see, that's
get your mind out of the gutter.
I mean,
Earl.
I mean,
it's okay.
It's an
Ernie.
E.
Come here,
Ernie. Ernie.
Wicked Uncle Ernie.
Bird and Ernie. Yeah, Sesame Street. But it's. I mean, like I said before, I think they just let her have a tantrum because I've said it many times before that society has a problem of trying to control, well, not basically disciplining females, and that's why they have problems seeing women as felons, as criminals. That's why when she does commit a crime, like Casey Anthony and stuff, well, she's too young, she's too pretty to be a killer, let her go. And then when or even much better example, Jodi Arias, when she killed her boyfriend and people were trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but then they found out she had a camera, she was making a sex tape while she was having sex in the shower with him, and then she ended up stabbing him and shooting him, and she thought, just getting rid of the camera by putting it in the washing machine would do it, but the S card wasn't destroyed. So when they had the evidence right there, it's like, yeah, she did it, And then when they had to give, she says, I'd rather have the death penalty because I don't want to get old in prison, because of looks. And then they said, okay, we'll give you death. Wow, I'm just kidding, So it's like even that. So I mean, people have a problem giving, punishing females. I mean, whether they're a grown woman or a little girl.
Well, look at Jennifer Lopez. How many times has she been in and out of recovery? Or not Jennifer?
What, Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. Yeah. How many times has she been in and out? Lindsay's a perfect example of what judicial systems do to women.
Yeah. Well, that plus she had crazy parents. I mean, she has a crazy, dad, trying to live vicariously through it, and a mom who's living vicariously, through her as well. Yeah, Hey, how you doing, Rosalind? Yeah, I was talking about Jodi Arias. Yeah. Also, we also talked about Irv. He's in the hospital, so hopefully he'll recuperate well, and we'll see him, tomorrow, at least later if not tomorrow, maybe later in the week.
A couple days, probably.
A couple of days, okay.
But his intentions is to be out today, but there ain't no way. He doesn't like the hospital at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a hospital. That's why it's so hard for him to go to the hospital.
Right.
So,
I tell you, I spent like a month in hospital. I was really sick. I didn't want to leave, man. I was getting pampered.
Yeah, you just like the sponge baths.
Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think. Geez, I didn't think the hospital.
Sponge bath.
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't think the hospital food was, not too bad. It must be really great over at Coliseum.
Oh, it is. People go there to eat lunch. I'm telling you, they go there for Thanksgiving.
I don't know if I want to get sick.
They get in the. My daughter had her babies over there. Over there, they get steak if you want steak and real steak, nice and tender steak. Yeah. And the best soups that you want to have. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm. I think the last time I actually went to a hospital was like 4 years ago, because I was diagnosed for diabetes. I don't know how, because I mean I was just eating food and then I just couldn't hold it in my stomach or whatever. And this is like 2-3 months after my dad passed away. I don't know whether or not if it had something to my dad's passing had something to do with the progression of it or something. I don't know. But actually, I've gotten better. At least I didn't have. All I have is just basically pills, medication, just metformin and some other and another tablet and stuff. And thank goodness for P90X. I mean, granted, I know that's maybe extreme for some folks, but just walking at the mall, yes, Ellen Macon. I don't have the symptoms as much because I've been exercising, been doing the P90X thing, and even some insanity things. So I'm just mixing it up because I'm going to make sure.
Diet and exercise is the main thing to get rid of your
no doubt
having diabetes. I mean, it is. It's most diabetics look and watch what you eat, and you'll know why you are. And I'd say 98% is either overweight, and the other 2% is underweight.
Underweight, yes.
And most of those are because of what they.
Oh, okay.
Anorexic.
Yeah. Okay.
They'll go in there and make themselves vomit, and they end up being diabetic. Or on the other hand, on the reverse, hypoglycemic.
Yeah.
So.
But I haven't been. The exercise has done wonders. Actually, matter of fact, I haven't. It's been over a year since I last taken insulin. Actually, it's been Here you get. Yeah, I used to take shots. But it wasn't until like basically till 2011. Actually, it was almost 2 years actually. Like just before. Matter of fact, it was just right after Howie left my place that I actually didn't have to take any more insulin anymore. It's ironic. It's like going through all that stuff and then and then doing more exercise. I guess that was basically the thing to do. Doing a lot of exercises, and that all I just have just basically just have to take metformin, and hopefully if I get that done, I could keep it up. I may not. Hopefully, won't have to take the pills anymore. Thank goodness. Yeah.
Well, like you said, your diet and exercise, and you're off of it.
I got a question for the viewers. Anybody who's got a chat room out here. There's this Funky Dillo. He's in like everybody's chat room. I was wondering, anybody know who the hell this Joker is? Please tell me.
Is he on art? I haven't seen him on this.
Yeah, he's on there. Funky Dillo.
Okay.
He's like in every chat room. NSA.
NSA. Baby. We're being watched. Big
I already knew
brother.
I was being watched.
Wow.
You need to do something like this. You got longer. There you go.
Thank you, Ellen Megan. I really appreciate it. But also, if you ever seen my, I made a new video recently on my. You can check it on my YouTube channel, Derek Barrett Films. I had some stuff about healthy snacking, And I've been checking out this Brookside these Brookside candies. I don't know if you've been checking out. This kind of like dark chocolate. And
yeah, I seen that. They want me to get involved in all that stuff. I don't go for the marketing schemes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a representative. It would be nice, but I'm just saying it's for a nice alternative. Instead of getting like the regular old pixie sticks and now and later that type of stuff, just want to get something different because. I remember I guess my blood sugar was low and I haven't eaten in a while because when my car was incapacitated. I just basically had to walk everywhere I go and I was like I'm roughly like 2.5-3 miles away from Kroger, so I basically had to walk from my place to Kroger to pick up some things and then go to my mom's house. So it was like basically a 3-mile walk. From there, so basically from Westgate to the.
That was a good exercise then.
Oh yeah, it was very, it was very good.
So you got a 6-mile walk every day.
Yeah, at least for that week.
Back,
yeah.
And whatever you walked around inside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt. And I guess because I was just so tired, I said maybe I just. I said I was just having a craving for some Raisinets, and I just said, well, why don't you get the dark chocolate ones? It was like because I've been getting the milk chocolate because. I was kind of curious and like, if I get it, cool. If I don't like it, it'll be my last time buy. I'll never buy it again. And I admit, they taste great. Actually, better taste than the milk chocolate Raisinets. Because since dark chocolate is obviously more healthy. Is healthier than milk chocolate, The bad part is,
do that one on cam.
I used to blog way back.
Way back, not now.
Yeah. But at the time it's like it wasn't that bad. I actually enjoy it. I actually prefer buying them now. And because of that, I made a video, at least one because of Brookside candy. They have 3 different ones. They have like dark chocolate pomegranate, and then they have a dark chocolate goji with blueberry, with raspberry. Excuse me, goji with raspberry, and then they have another flavor, acai berry with blueberry.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah,
acai berry. I have to check into that.
Yeah,
because they're really high in an antioxidant.
Oh yeah, it's very high in antioxidants because you have pomegranate and dark chocolate together. That's a good combination.
So that's what's building your level up then. So
that's what really it's really. So it's been really a wonders for me. If you're gonna, it's during the summertime. You got, drink healthy, eat healthy, and it's definitely snack healthy because 4th of July is coming up. A lot of a lot of people are going to be eating a lot and drinking a lot, so you got to drink responsibly and eat responsibly. So that's basically what I've been in. So those dark chocolate Raisinets have been quite.
You smoke much?
No. No man, I don't smoke.
You
drink any red wine? Red wine. Red wine is good for you.
Okay. Wow.
Red wine is good.
Wow, Ellen, they were saying keep juice or a candy for a diabetes. Is that what people taking it? I don't drink that much juice though, because they said yes, because most fruit juice have a lot of sugar in it. And stuff.
Added sugar. Stay with your natural juices or natural, and you're all right. But all the other, most juices now are from concentrate and rebuilt back in. Refortified, just like milk. That's why I can't drink milk because.
Well, you're lactose intolerant?
Well, that's not because I'm lactose intolerant. It just tears me up. Oh my gosh!
Speaking of trying to make somebody sick, jeez, why don't you put me next to the Senadoras or something?
Really, man?
Oh yeah,
it looks like two rear ends.
She got that serious booty do.
There you go.
She got it. You know what I'm talking about? The booty do. My gut stick out more.
How'd she wipe her ass?
No.
Yeah, she got that booty do. Her gut sticks out more than a booty do.
Like a dick do.
Yeah. Speaking of some do. Too much sense in dry prunes if you eat them. Yeah, I try to avoid prunes. I don't eat that many prunes. I do eat cranberries, dry cranberries.
I like cranberries. Cranberries are good.
Yeah.
Prunes, all they are is plums.
Yeah.
Dried plums.
Dried up plums.
Make Derek come out of her belly button.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, no, you don't want to. You don't want to make
Challenge
reviews.
accepted.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun now.
You don't want to be. You don't want to make the viewer sick. She's making me sick. Yeah.
No.
Here's some. Rosalind, have you ever tried the prunes with the lemon on it? They're good.
Well, speaking of food and candy, this is really a sad situation right here. Teen shot while selling candy in suburban Atlanta.
Oh my goodness.
Somewhere,
Jonesboro, Georgia.
Yes, Jonesboro, Georgia. Yes. Authorities in suburban Atlanta say a teenage girl has been hospitalized after being shot while she was selling candy. Clayton County Police say the 14-year-old girl was selling candy in Jonesboro when a car approached Monday afternoon yesterday. Authorities say a shot was fired from inside the car and the unidentified girl was wounded in her abdomen. The girl was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital and information on her medical condition was not immediately available. So maybe there will be some updates on that. Hopefully she'll be getting better. That's messed up. Why would
14 years old too. My goodness.
Do you think the people who shot her probably thought she was selling what?
Probably drugs or something, and she was in the neighborhood, probably in their territory, and they didn't want her selling the drugs in that territory, and they didn't know it was, the true candy and not, drug candy.
Yeah.
The candy girl. Yeah, wouldn't get her. Yeah. But they use young children to distribute.
Yeah, they do.
Because they can walk in one door and out the other door. If they're skipping schools, what do? They grab the youngins out of the block, say, hey, you want to make some money? And most young kids will say, yeah. So why not? We'll go out there and use them as a...
That and it beats selling newspapers, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, moms and dads, this is what happened to your children, And when one literally goes out there and tries to do right, look what happens. They get in the wrong territory. Yep.
That's messed up, though. That's a sad situation. Earl Big Skills said, DB, you don't have any gray hair, no fair. Look, it's just for men. Shh. Just for men.
This isn't just for men. This is natural for me. This is still natural, and this is natural. Why it is like this, maybe, I just don't know. If a person can figure out why we turn gray, that's where you could probably make your money at.
What do you mean, sell hair dye?
No, not hair dye. Something that'd be natural that you can eat because it's internally that's your hair is it's an internal substance that your body's lacking. Something that's lacking that why we're turning gray. But then again, why is this gray and this isn't? And this is just basically now starting to turn.
Yeah.
So it's got to be something with still.
Well, I did saw a gray armpit hair. That kind of freaked me out. I thought it was lint.
I get them every so often right in my chest too. I'll get a gray one there. I can't see when you look under.
Yeah.
So I guess the real hair would be is the true color. Just like the old guy says, if you want to see a true blonde, open up wide.
Yeah. Wow. Says, what was Unga Bunga says, you can build up hydrogen peroxide naturally in the skin, which bleaches the hair from the root level. Wow. How about that?
Hydrogen peroxide naturally.
Says, grow your eyebrows and comb.
So how would you make it go brown or dark black or similar to what mine is? That's the process that we got to figure out.
Yeah. Actually, my eyebrows are actually thinning. I don't know how does that work. Sheesh. But
eat 10.
Eat 10. How can you do that? I mean, isn't that a metallic element?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you have iron, but how can you eat 10?
Yeah. I know we need the minerals and all that, but I've never heard 10. Man.
Wow, talking about that. Speaking of some iron or some coin or whatever.
Mineral type.
Some mineral.
I'll have to look up that site when I'm done and see what happens. I shave mine off and look refreshed.
Wow. Well, I have some other stories, somewhat local, back in the state. Georgia Sheriff's Service fee target of scrutiny. Wow. This is from Augusta. State officials say an unauthorized funeral escort fee the Richmond County Sheriff's Office funnels into an unaudited bank account may be illegal. Says the Augusta Chronicle reported Sunday that the Sheriff's Office has collected hundreds of thousands of dollars derived from $25 fees charged to funeral homes when on-duty deputies escort funeral processions in the county. It says the money was deposited into an account used for everything from sponsoring golf and Little League tournaments to funding staff Christmas parties. The newspaper reports the fee, which has been in use since the late 1970s, was never approved by the county commission and isn't included in any ordinances. The newly elected sheriff says his office plans to stop taking checks from funeral homes and will establish a non-profit for donations. So how about that?
So in other words, they're still going to do it, but now it's going to go into a donation route. Okay, yeah. And
that is something. That is something. But wow. But speaking of talking about money, there is a story that Ed just sent me through. I think one of the other people. I think one of the people from the chapters. I can't remember his name right now, his or her name. But it says a German bank employee naps on the keyboard and transfers millions. An obviously tired German bank employee fell asleep on his keyboard and accidentally transformed a minor transfer into a 222 million euro or $293 million order, according to a court heard Monday morning yesterday. The Hessen Labor Court just heard that the man was supposed to transfer just 62 euros from a bank account belonging to a retiree, but instead fell asleep for an instant while pushing the number 2 on the keyboard, making it a huge 222,222,222.22 euro order. The bank discovered the mistake shortly afterwards and corrected the error. The case was taken to court by the man's 48-year-old colleague, who was fired for letting the mistake slip through when verifying the order. The court ruled that the plaintiff should be reinstated in his job. Wow. How about that? Some guys have all the luck, huh?
Yeah, really.
Imagine you just woke up, you just found 200.
Yeah, let's see if it'll work. We're not on a banking site, darn.
Dang, I guess we had to go to SunTrust Bank of America to do that.
Really? I don't know. Bank of America is starting to close up around the nation. They're already losing the money, taking it off for themselves and not the people who invest.
You think a lot of them been taking naps?
Yeah,
too?
Big time. Napped.
Wow.
Raise for yourself. Corporately.
Could you imagine you just wake up one morning, you had $290 million in your bank account?
Now what would you do? Derek? If you wake up, imagine, and you find that in your account, how fast would you take it out?
Oh, geez, man. Well, first of all, I would go to the first car dealership.
The first strip club.
No, that'd be... No.
Good one. Good one.
Or hooker.
That's close. That's very close. But I'll say... depending on how cute. But anyway, I would say I'd probably go to the nearest car dealership I could find. Maybe, I guess it would be like Walsh Nissan or Walsh Honda or something, and just get the first, I guess first Altima or Maxima I could find, or Honda Accord or something I can get before the money gets recorrected or something, because you've seen my car. I need something with...
What year is that? 1940?
85. 1985 Buick Skylark. So, need something with some nothing, just something with like airbags, stereo, brakes, the good stuff. Just
kind of give them a good check to them.
Yes, definitely. That would be a nice. I'll take a Kia. Just be happy with that.
These are nice. That's a $52,000 vehicle. So.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind having one of those new Mustangs.
Yeah, those are nice. But then the problem will be is once you purchase it and you drive it off the lot and they say, "Hey, sir, that check is no good. So you should have paid cash." So that's where you made your mistake. Get your cash out of the account first.
Yeah, that's what I said. I want to get the cash out
Then go get it. And then the bank says you got to pay it back because it wasn't technically yours.
Even though the person made a mistake.
It don't make a difference.
Well, they need to learn how to count.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. See, always got to be some type of loophole.
Mm-hmm.
Miss
and that's true. Any transfers over it's $5,000 are really monitored. When you even take out $5,000 out of the bank, they kind of question that in cash.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of making a killing, or try to, there was attempted robbery at West Macon Hotel, Bibb County Motel.
Okay.
Yeah, Bibb County Sheriff's deputies are searching for a man they say tried to rob the Best Western Inn on Chambers Road last night. According to a news release from the sheriff's office, the man came into the motel around 10 p.m. and threatened the clerk with a knife. The clerk pointed a pair of scissors at the man and he ran off. The suspect was described as 6'1" and skinny and had a beard. He was wearing a red cap with a gold A on it. He was last seen in a
sounds like you.
Black four-door car.
But you don't have a car.
No,
where'd you get the car from?
I stole it.
Okay.
Anyone with information about this case is asked to call the Bibb County Sheriff's Office at 478-746-9441 or Crime Stoppers at 1-877-68-CRIME. How about that? That's 1-877-68-CRIME.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
I wonder how much that would be. Bringing a knife
to
a person's head.
Mm-hmm.
What, maybe $100 on Crime Stopper? $200 on Crime Stoppers?
Maybe. I don't know who knows. But it was attempted robbery, so who knows?
It might be about $500 then.
Dudes,
maybe 500. Let's turn him in. Let's turn him in. Ed did it. Ed. You're breathing too hard, buddy.
Yes. Either that, you have a Senador under your desk.
What were you doing last night? Yeah. What were you doing, man?
If you do, please. I'm on Twitter. Thank you.
Ooh.
If you happen to be watching Senador.
Crazy ants. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of crazy, crazy ants, new invasive species, destroys electrical wiring unfazed by conventional pesticides. Oh, you do?
Hold off on that, and we'll just go right to the video.
Okay.
All right, we got a video.
Well, then
this ant is
roll that beautiful bean footage. It's going on 9:45 a.m. Just in case you're watching the morning roast live from the Nut House with DB and DC and Ed Einbinder Double E.
An invasive species of ant has become a nuisance in the Gulf Coast area of the southern United States. Known as raspberry crazy ants, or by their official common name tawny crazy ants, they have taken over by killing off other ant populations. The ants have no natural predators, so the number of ants in a colony can become up to 100 times larger than normal. The poisons used on other ant mounds do not affect them. Coupled with their colony size and the ants' ability to bounce back after having their ant hills destroyed, they are a real problem. Researchers from the University of Texas in Austin have found that crazy ants are displacing fire ants. Ed LeBrun, who led the study on the invasive ant species, said, "When you talk to folks who live in the invaded areas, they tell you they want their fire ants back. Fire ants are in many ways very polite. They live in your yard. They form mounds and stay there, and they only interact with you if you step on their mound."
Wow, how about that? Ants is chewing through freaking electric wiring?
Yeah, Mr. Dumpster Baby. Yep, they are like Confederates.
Yes. They're like Confederates. Wow, jeez. That is something else. That is some terrorist. Yeah, terrorist ants is more like it. Like, man, they chewing through electric wiring? Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. It was, man, talking about messing up someone's cookout, boy.
No, I hear.
Not just talking about the picnic. I'm just talking about, mess up watching the game or something like that. That's got to be.
Hey, honey, the lights went out.
Well, you know, I don't want to segue, but I want to get back to this NSA thing.
Uh-huh.
That everybody's, about this guy spilling the beans and all that. But I posted a link last month of the list of keywords that the NSA had. That's been released for a long time, which makes me wonder, why is everybody in shock? I'm sure people know that they've been listening, so what's all the big hoo-ha now? Because he told everybody? He reaffirmed it or what?
Pretty much it.
The NSA released the list already, so... Anyway.
I mean, look at Condoleezza. Condoleezza Rice. She had a notice like, "Hey, these terrorists may actually use airplanes to tear down buildings." What happened?
Well, there was talk. You know, there's some talk about what's going to happen to him, and you know, Alex Jones was talking about it yesterday about the committee to make him disappear and all that. You know, their little committee.
And they're not talking about disappear like in a David Copperfield Vegas act.
Right.
I mean, really,
they're talking like Jimmy Hoffa style.
Well, I got to lean into the video here that I got of.
Okay, well,
a bold move from this man, Edward Snowden, revealing himself as the ex-CIA officer and defense contractor responsible for leaking details of what are possibly America's most far-reaching surveillance programs.
Computer geek, that's why they want him. I guarantee you that's what it is. He's real good with computers.
What's that?
Even more bold, his flight to safety from an apparently charmed existence in Hawaii to a hotel room in Hong Kong. So what drove Snowden to choose this place over somewhere else without an extradition agreement, or at least less cozy relations with Washington? That's a good question. Hong Kong's extradition treaty with the U.S. allows it to deny requests it sees as political prosecution. And as a special administrative region of China, Beijing can ultimately weigh in as well. You might think denying a U.S. extradition request would be tempting for China's leader Xi Jinping, especially after the very public U.S. accusations of wide-scale Chinese spy programs. The reality, according to Hong Kong legal sources, is that Beijing is most likely to tread very carefully here.
This video's got screwed up for some reason.
Yeah, it seems like they have the volume.
No, the other guy talking is gone. Anyways, you see what happened,
But he's probably making way more than $200K right now over there.
He's going to write a book. He's going to be famous. They're going to make a movie about him. And
yeah, that is.
If he's dead, though, they'll find him.
Yeah,
they'll find him. And well, we already know where the country's going. So.
But that's messed up. I mean,
live with it.
Too much. Yeah, the guy give up $200,000. I wish I would.
And the reason why I went to China, where do we all of our money to?
Not all of our money. Well, 8% of the whole thing is China.
Yeah.
Rest is still.
Hey, you know what? We wanted cheap goods, so we figured we'd go make them over in China so we can get them cheaper, but you can't get a fucking job here to pay for the cheap goods.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying since
exactly.
For 8 years now.
But like I said though, there may be a serious power play in Asia because, like I said, what other country has over 1 billion people besides China? That's India, and that may change something. I don't know whether or not it will be for the good or for the bad, but it may.
Or the ugly.
Yeah, or ugly. Yeah. Thing is, I mean, what do you think about this, Dave? I mean, China just basically is 150 million more people than India. It has 1.3 billion, 1.35 billion, and India has like a 1.25 billion. So,
and they have cities that people don't even live in them. In China now, because of all the investors, nobody lives there. But they build a whole brand new city, but nobody lives there.
Well, plus, that and the pollution that they have because they have all those cars. Because you got 1 billion people, almost 1 billion people driving cars. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? But when you think about that, I mean, had Pakistan and Bangladesh didn't break away from India, India would probably have been the most populated country in the world. But it probably might end up outnumber China. I say within 5 to 10 years from now. So, what do you think would happen economically speaking if India not only outnumbers China, but also having more native-born English speakers in India than they do in China? How do you think that's going to help or hurt the United States, or maybe influence the world economically speaking?
That's a good question.
Okay.
You got a lot of meat in there. You know, looking down the road, it's another nation that's growing. I mean, but if you ever go to India, there's more poverty in India than there is any other place that's around in the world too. So it's a real sad situation, you know, when you sit there and count out population-wise.
Yeah, I guess the poverty rate is like, the poverty gap is really high. It's like you're either really, really, really rich or really, really, really poor.
It's either you're rich or you're poor, one or the other.
So there's no middle class, right?
Or in China, you've got still classes of all all sizes. But India, you know, you have rich and poor. You know, the middle class, they're gaining to be the high class. But poverty is going to stay poverty there. I mean, they really subdue it.
Dr. Baby says that country needs birth control. So does the United States.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Well, that's why Obamacare came in, which also gives you the death panels. So there's contraceptives for everybody. And now that they approved the day after pill, so now we're controlling our own population, so we don't have any more growth out there.
Yeah.
And the saddest thing is you can be at any age now and get the day after pill.
Yeah. But it seems that the poor people seem to repopulate a lot more than richer people.
Well, what else do you have to do?
True. That's very true.
You got a bunch of times on your hand. You don't know how to read or write, so what do? You feel it through.
Yeah, more ways than one. Yeah. Mr. Dumpster Baby says America's aid to India was always on the condition that the Indian government didn't promote birth control and contraception. Wow. That's something else. That is something else. That is definitely something else. Speaking of which, India are now becoming too expensive to have call centers, as most companies are moving out of India. Wow.
Yeah, the people are actually wanting more wages because they know that they can make, in other countries they can make more wages, so they move over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're leaving because they know they can get paid more. And they're taking our jobs, and then they also get our grants and everything else because we're encouraging them to come over here, and we give them incentive to come over here, but we won't give it to our own American citizens.
Well, yeah, and unlike China, they don't have that one chopper family. That's why.
Right.
Well, that's why their population is growing and growing, and China's are actually dwindling.
Correct.
Or at least slowing down for a bit.
And that's why they have more male babies than they do females. And if a female is very successful, it's only because she put away having children for such a long time. But they call a female over in China, a leftover. We were talking about that not too long ago. About a leftover, and I'd take a Chinese leftover woman any day because I know she's a hard-working woman. So come on over here. I mean, I'm available.
I guess it beats going to eHarmony or Match.com, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Says call center work is moving to African countries and the likes of the Philippines. Wow. Now that's something that's new because it's kind of almost like a full circle. It's like they had the call centers over in India. Now they're moving to Africa and the Philippines. Because beforehand, like say for like the hairstyles, people were getting weaves and stuff. People were getting their hair from. I mean, it all comes from Asia, but a good number of the hair weaves were coming from the Philippines because that was actually their biggest. They're one of their biggest imports. Hair. Well, and they're women too because mail order brides and stuff. But hair was a big import from the Philippines, and then the Koreans got into it, which is now a reason why that's like an $8 billion
that's why they
industry.
Have all these shops over here.
Yes, particularly in African American communities and Black communities and stuff. And now India is now into it. Now it's taken over the Koreans and Filipinos now because they have a billion people. They can actually, and they have rituals where the women shave their hair, and you could just have it in one good big clump, and then they just sell them. And since they have almost an unlimited supply, over 1 billion people, much larger population than the Philippines and Korea combined, North and South Korea. I mean, my goodness, you could just never run out of hair. Wow. Rosalind says, I got a weave.
You got a weave.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And she's dead forever.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie. Yes, Derek, they use a hair removal cream in the movie. Good hair. Yes. If anyone has ever seen that movie, that's a documentary that Chris Rock made about the hair industry, about how black women get their hair from, where do they get it from, and why they get perms and weaves and stuff. And it really goes into detail. And Mr. Dumpster Baby says, don't wear a weave, Rosalind. They look so bad. Black women have beautiful hair. I love cornrows. So schmexy. How you doing, coffee guy? Yeah. And Rosalind says, I hate braids. Braids, Dumpster Baby. Yeah, my sister had her first child actually 2 years ago. My youngest niece Chloe, she has her hair natural. So thank goodness for that. And it looks beautiful. And I think it would be really cool if a lot more, I guess, women from my community or ethnic group actually kept their hair natural in a way and actually relearned to keep their hair in a natural sense. They wouldn't have to buy that many weaves. Right. Not to mention that they won't be going bald, because when you put all that stuff and chemical in your hair, you can go through male pattern baldness a lot, especially in that, whether you perm it a lot or get a weave and have it, especially when you keeping your natural hair from growing from your scalp and stuff, especially when you sewing it to your head. I mean, it's it's just an accident waiting to happen. I mean, it looks good now, but what happens 20, 30, 40 years from now,
Or when a person wore their wigs all the time too, or a man that wears a hat all the time.
Yeah, toupee. Yeah, definitely. It's
Is that what you did?
That's
wore a hat all the time?
Never
No,
wore a hat.
never wore a hat.
No, it's hereditary.
Hereditary. Okay.
Rosalind goes.
Was your mama's side bald?
Man?
Was your mama's side bald?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you do get the hair from mama's side of the family. So I got blessed.
Yes,
my daddy's side, his whole side was all bald.
Wow.
All the men. My mama's side was all had a head of hair.
Oh yeah. So. My dad. Well, actually, my dad at least I won't start, my hairline won't start receding until at least to like get into my late 50s, at least to my 60s. But it has been going great. It's been going great since the 20s. So I've been have been using Grecian formula for like at least 2 years, and then like near around 1999 I had to start using Just for Men and stuff, because I dyed my hair because my dad dyed his hair, and I just didn't want to look older than my dad. That was basically what I've been doing. Well, how about that? I guess it's.
Hey, does that mean I start getting my horse out now? Righty, boy!
What's your horse's name, anyway?
Joker.
Joker, huh?
Yeah, I got a joker for a horse.
Says
perfect name.
My hair is natural underneath the weave. Says it's sewn to the braids. Some winds are better for your hair than glue. I'm sure it is. Since my sister is a hairdresser. Well, it's 10 o'clock, so I guess Ed's telling me that it's time for a break.
Well, you don't want to go to break. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You can keep going if you want.
I mean, unless you're out of video.
My one message over here, because I'm supposed to be leaving at 10. I might be able to stay on a little bit longer.
Okay.
Let me check it out and see what's going on.
We're taking a break. We're taking a break then.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because this video I got here has to do with the election, so.
Okay. Well,
okay. Well, we'll go into that. Right now, it's 74 degrees outside. It's actually sunny for right now so far in Macon, Georgia. 74 degrees with a high of 92 and a low of 73. Definitely get close to your air conditioners later today.
I don't have one.
Or a fan.
A fan.
Definitely a fan.
You're watching. Fans.
A fan.
You're watching.
They're not fanny, but fan.
You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House with DB and DC. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Bibb County is threatening to sue the feds if they don't make a decision soon about having nonpartisan elections. In a letter addressed to the Department of Justice, County Attorney Virgil Adams asks for an answer no later than Monday, June 17th from the government. That's next Monday, a week from today. Remember, the DOJ asked for more information about why the city and the county want to have an election with no political parties on the ballot. Here's some of what Adams says in his letter to the DOJ. Quote, with the existing governments being abolished as of January 1st, 2014, we must have elections in order to have a new government in place as of January 1st, 2014. So therefore, I cannot overstate the importance of having a decision no later than June 17th, 2013. Obviously, the sooner, the better. Last month, the previously scheduled July elections had to be delayed because of the DOJ's request for more info on the subject. Adams stressed there needs to be an election, partisan or not, in November so that the merger of Macon and Good County can happen smoothly.
Fox 2 News. News that works for you. Starts now.
Golf is supposed to be a relaxing sport, but in Oakland Township, the game turned violent.
As Fox News' Ron Savage reports, the incident led to a broken club and then a stabbing.
3 guys show up to play West Wind Golf Course on Adams Road in Oakland Township in northern Oakland County. The starter says he wants to add a single golfer. Glenn Lott makes the foursome, and away they go. The 3 friends playing with Lott make it to hole number 12 here. It's a par 4, 320 yards from the white tees. And after they putt out, one of the guys asks Lott for his score. The sheriff says what happens next is terrifying.
He asked the gentleman what his score was on the previous hole, and he didn't answer him, so he asked him again, and he refused to answer, and then he blew up on the gentleman, pulled out his Callaway 5-iron, and proceeded to attack him.
The golfers report that Lott went berserk, beating the guy who had asked for his score.
Broke the club over his arm. Once the club broke, then he stabbed him in the arm with the shaft.
Beaten, then stabbed in the arm with a Callaway 5-iron. The shocked golfers in the party step up to stop the assault.
The 2 other gentlemen that were there broke the incident up, held the guy to the ground, told the victim to run away, jumped on a golf cart, drove into the clubhouse.
But they couldn't hold Glenn Lott down. He jumped in a golf cart and chased the wounded golfer to the clubhouse before finally leaving the course. Investigators say they found half of the bloody 5-iron in the grass on hole number 12. The other half, they say it was in Glenn Lott's golf bag when they later found him at his home. The incident was a major topic on the course the day after.
I've never heard of anything like that, especially guys playing out here. You know, it's a gentleman's game, friends playing with each other and betting a little dollar here or there, but I've never heard anything like that, that's for sure.
The beaten victim required stitches to close open wounds on his arm. 59-year-old Glenn Stephen Lott is arraigned on a very serious charge of felonious assault. It can bring 4 years in the state prison system if convicted. Lott must give up any and all firearms that he owns. Bond is set at $100,000, not 10%, $100,000 cash. And the judge said the bond order includes banning Lott from all golf courses. Ron Savage, Fox 2 News.
I didn't want to golf with that guy.
Here's what the new state of northern Colorado would look like by the numbers. If Weld County left, along with the other counties reportedly showing interest, they would take about 7% of Colorado's population. It would become the least populous state in the nation, 40% smaller than the 50th in population, Wyoming. In land area, northern Colorado would be the 42nd largest state, bigger than Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Hawaii. It would be one of the reddest states in America. Republicans would hold a 20% voter registration edge. Compare that to the 1.5% edge the GOP currently holds in Colorado. But still, northern Colorado would not be as red as Texas, Utah, Idaho, or Wyoming. The size of its economy is tougher to measure because GDP isn't calculated for each county. It's fair to say it would rank dead last among the states. Weld County's GDP is roughly 1/3 the size of Vermont's. Northern Colorado as a state, land as far as the eye can see, people not as plenty, and as red as the center of a Swift & Company steak.
I thought it was a baby alligator when it came towards me, head on.
An alligator, an iguana, maybe a baby dinosaur. Those were all of the somewhat possibilities thrown around before Mike Reed learned he has a tegu lizard hiding underneath his house in Avondale.
He's probably about 30 inches long, but a lot of that length is in his tail. His main body is probably only about like that. Not that big around.
In the few seconds the exotic reptile peeked out of the bushes and walked under the home, Reed snapped a few photos. Florida Fish and Wildlife do not recommend anyone try and capture the lizard. FWC says tegus have sharp teeth, strong jaws, and sharp claws, but they're not really a danger unless they feel aggravated or threatened. Reed says it might help take care of the rodents.
Get rid of the rats I hear up there, but they're usually in the wintertime.
The lizards are native to South America but have been spotted in parts of Florida. They can eat small animals like other lizards or rodents.
Fried chicken.
Reed tried to lure the creature out with food, but turns out it's really good at playing hide and seek. Some of his friends came out to play, but no tegu.
Definitely interesting. It's got that forked red tongue. They'll stick out like I guess most of the lizards.
Paramedic with one of them under the houses when do work. That would be kind of freaky.
Yeah, don't have sound here. This is a video of police brutality.
We're coming to get you, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do with bad boys? Hey, what you doing? Get up. Ooh. Ooh, get the guy by the head. Threw him on the ground.
Bam!
And this is long.
Yeah, he's reading his rights.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Anything you do will be held and hit upon you.
To protect and serve the shit out of you.
You make one false move, you're gonna get it. Turn that light off.
Turn that camera phone off.
Get it, get it. Oh shit. Yeah. Here he comes. Run, buddy, run. Fat boy. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
There you go, you're back.
Yes,
yeah, first we talked about ants, then we talked about lizards, now we're talking about cops beating the shit out of people.
Yes. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But yeah, we still can't get justice here in Macon.
Right. That's true. Yeah, because it's at 10 days from now will be 6 months since the dreaded murder of Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah. Sad though.
Now that's what they did with Trayvon Martin. They sent the NAACP in. They did all the thing. And by the way, because I know.
Oh, they're trying him, so.
So how did we get here? Last year on February 26th, Trayvon Martin is found shot and killed inside a gated community in Sanford, Florida. George Zimmerman is taken in for questioning. He tells police he shot the teen in self-defense and is not arrested. On March 31st, hundreds attend an NAACP rally in Sanford. National attention to the case increases. On April 11th, almost 2 months after the shooting, State Attorney Angela Corey announces Zimmerman will be charged with second-degree murder.
Today, we filed an information charging George Zimmerman with murder in the second degree. A capias has been issued for his arrest.
April 20th, Zimmerman apologizes to Trayvon Martin's family. May 1st, Governor Rick Scott's Stand Your Ground task force meets to examine Florida's controversial self-defense law. June 21st, Zimmerman's attorney releases video of Zimmerman reenacting the night of the shooting.
I felt like my body was on the grass and my head was on the cement, and he just kept slamming it.
November 14th, the Governor's Stand Your Ground task force recommends no major changes to the law. On February 26th, Martin's parents hold a rally in New York 1 year after his death. April 30th, Zimmerman waives a pretrial Stand Your Ground hearing. And June 10th, 2013, jury selection begins.
So,
there you have it.
And what's today's date?
Today's date is June 11th, yes.
So they did this election yesterday.
Wow.
So what do you think?
Well, like I said, this is slightly different, compared to the Junebug shooting, because Zimmerman is not a cop at all. He tried to be one, but he was rejected, and he decided to do the your neighborhood watch thing.
All right, let me ask a question, trying to be, if Zimmerman was a black guy, security guard, and Trayvon Martin was a white kid on vacation who just got in trouble in Miami and had to go all the way up to DeLand or whatever because he was a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Would you still have the same viewpoint? I'm trying to see if you're unbiased or what, because, I'm not making a...
Okay, I'm just saying, I'll say this. If Trayvon Martin was a white kid and Zimmerman was a black guy, or even the same ethnicity as he is now, because he just happens to be a Latino with a white name.
I'm saying, though.
But I guess it's much more dynamic.
It's still considered, anytime you go for a job now, they don't have Hispanic anymore. They're listed as white now. Yep, you have a white, an Afro-American. There's no more Hispanic listed on job applications or anything.
Because you can pass. Because anyone can learn a language. Yeah. And plus a lot of people change their names,
Well, no, because you're talking about ethnicity background. That's no longer there anymore. The Hispanic it's white. There's no more...
Because so many have married white people, for one. That's one thing. But I'll just say this... the thing is, he would be, if Zimmerman was a black guy and Trayvon Martin was white, he would be catching a lot more hell, no doubt about it. Because people don't. I mean, if a white kid was shot, fatally shot by someone, people want to know why. They wouldn't have. They wouldn't be asking him, was he part of a gang or something? Did he smoke crack or anything? Did he? Where was he? They wouldn't be asking where was he when Biggie and Tupac were shot or nothing like that. Nothing like that. It would be. Yeah, he would. Yes, he would be on death row.
Well, I just to see you talk about Tupac and Biggie. I read a story that Biggie said to Tupac, he said, "You don't need your vest tonight because you're going to be in my neck of the woods."
Yeah.
So he didn't wear his vest. But it's anything the Biggie Smalls set him up. Part of that. Just a little interjection to segue.
Wasn't long, but Biggie's from Brooklyn, from New York, but he went to. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Rousing Nicole says he shot a child. It should be the death penalty. Well, yeah, that's true, no doubt about it. And I said this before earlier times. He should be at least tried for abduction or attempted kidnapping, because it's like this. If you're not unless you're carrying a badge, if you're not carrying a badge, and you go up to a youth and say, "Hey, you get in my car," and you expect the minor says, "Okay," he gets in your car. What does that mean? That's kidnapping. Am I right or wrong? I mean, how do you think? How many thousands of?
Wait.
That's abduction.
You've got two things. You get in my car. No, thank you. Get in here. That's kidnapping.
Okay.
Get in my car. Sure, no problem. That's consent to get in the car. Now, what happens after that, it's another story.
Okay. Okay, attempted kidnapping or at least abduction. Because there's thousands of children, thousands of teens that get kidnapped every year. Whether by force or by not or by
and they're mostly
threat.
White too.
Yeah.
Mostly white.
Definitely.
That's why you won't find any Afro-American pedophiles. That's a white thing.
Mostly, yeah. Most of the time, yeah. And when you do find a missing black child or Latino child, it usually takes long. I don't know whether because of apathy from the law or they're not as enthusiastic of finding the child.
What the responsive is a white child.
Of course. Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's something that I won't deny goes on in this country. It's still there's still underlying racism anywhere you go.
Yes, no doubt about it. Yeah, I definitely have to say, Rosnico said he shot a child. It should be the death penalty. I think he should be at least. The prosecutor should also add the charge of attempted abduction, attempted kidnapping, simply for the fact the guy was armed and he tried to coerce a youth into his car, simply because he was wearing a hoodie and wore, carrying, Skittles and a can of iced tea, which, I don't know if that's still a deadly weapon unless you're going to throw a bag of Skittles at a diabetic or something. But aside from that, it's a bad situation. There's monsters everywhere. Speaking of monsters, There's an anatomically correct gargoyle that stirs controversy in Arizona. Wow. In Paulden, Arizona, from the affiliate KPNX, it says an artist in northern Arizona finds himself in a fight with the county where he lives. He says, "I thought I was living in a free country," said the artist David Smith. Paulden, Arizona is a small and quiet community, but lately there's been some chatter over a new guy in town, a 9-foot-tall metal gargoyle with a wingspan of 13 feet. It kind of, yeah. It kind of, yeah, that's his wingspan. It's kind of symbolizes fire because I work metal and fire, and it has its own spirit. It says Smith. Wait a minute, it changed a little bit.
That's Ant.
That's it.
Yes, 134-9625.
Okay, Smith just moved into the neighborhood. And he says that the day after he put up his prized possession, the county told him to take it down. It says they don't like it, don't look. He said. It says, but it's not the size of the whole statue that has the county upset. It's the size of something else. And let's just say it's a proportion to a man who is 9 feet tall. It says it just seemed like it needed to be there. I don't like Ken dolls, said Smith. The sculpture, sculpture wears no pants and is a full frontal display of a nude male gargoyle. It says it wasn't put there to offend anybody. I mean, that's the reason everything has a sex, said Smith. He said that the statue was at his Phoenix home for 6 years and nobody complained. He says most people liked it, he said. But someone in the community said that this is a huge deal. I guess in more ways than one. And the county agrees. It says this is no laughing matter. It says the frontal nudity the frontal nudity of the statue was offensive, and they were concerned their children walking by. It says Yavapai County official Stephen Mock. They told Smith that the statue needs to be taken down or be removed from public view, or he'll face a fine of $1,000. But Smith said the statue is an extension of himself, and they're not going away so easily. If this is incompatible, I'm incompatible, said Smith. I honestly thought I had freedom of speech, and I will fight this. I won't let them take it away from me, something I worked too hard on. Because of Smith's appeal, the county will reconsider its original ruling. If that means the statue stays at least until the hearing in July. Wow. That is something else. So basically, it says it's a full extension of himself, whatever that means. So what do you think, DC? What do you think about this particular thing?
They don't show how big his gongs were, though.
Well, he's 9 feet tall. Well, he says he's 9 feet tall, so it's going to be at least a foot.
But sometimes the bigger guys have smaller ones, too.
Yeah, but
that's what women say.
But I guess if it's a... Wow.
Oh, now you're going to make it go up from the other end instead of the other tonight.
Wow.
And ain't you sexy?
You're not kind, Ed. I'm just
But you are amongst some good women, Luke. Woo!
Well, they definitely like lunch.
There you go.
But
hey, they'll definitely put some meat on your bones.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? Somebody said he asked how many signatures got to get to qualify.
It's 10%.
10% of the population?
No, 10% of the vote that came in on the last election.
Oh. Okay.
But the whole ruling's all changing now because nobody knows exactly how or what this election is going to be. You know, if it goes partisan or non-partisan. So we're all in the up. We're all up right now.
The coffee guy asked guest 134, I guess is Ant. It says, Ant, have you been putting gargoyles up in Arizona? He says, yes, my brother. Wow, this is so crazy. Woo, boy, it's a family.
No, I wasn't really looking at him to answer the question. I knew the answer. I was just waiting for everybody else to get done talking so it wouldn't be so rude.
Oh, okay. I said, well, the guy said...
that's okay. We don't have any rules here. Everybody's rude.
Yeah, okay.
Says Smith says,
I try to be Ned.
He says he believes, well, Smith does says he has freedom of speech. He says, I won't let it take it away from me. I worked too hard on it. See. I wonder if it stays up till more than 4 hours. Does the gargle have to call a physician or a doctor or something?
But this is what I can't ever understand about the commercial, though. They say, if you have it erected for more than 4 hours, call your doctors.
Yeah.
Well, most women want you to do it for more than 4 hours, so why would that be a complaint?
Oh no, I guess they have to explain to the doctor why they got this corpse in their bed or something. But that's a whole lot of loving.
It is.
You know how that stuff was discovered, right?
It was for hair, for baldness or something. Yeah. Instead of working for the hair growth, it was some other growth.
So they surveyed a bunch of women. They said they prefer a hard-on over hair.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, that works every time. Yeah, better be like hairy and flaccid than I guess it's worse. I guess it's better to be bald and big than hairy and flaccid. Yeah,
they like 2 bald heads.
Yeah, definitely.
Huh? What'd you say? You have a hairy head?
No. It says, where it says, did Irvin get a makeover? No, he just grew some balls and some hair.
Wow.
Perv.
Picking on Irv today. Don't pick on Irv.
Yeah, don't pick on Irv, man.
I'm going to pick on him anyway.
Yeah. Talking about getting set up, but man, speaking of getting set up, there's a story that I just found from
That's a good-looking chick there.
Yeah, from blackmen.com. This is Mount Pleasant, Texas. A Walking Dead actress is arrested in a rice and letter case. Yes, an actress who appeared on TV shows including The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries was arrested Friday in connection with rice and tainted letters that were mailed last month to President Barack Obama and New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Shannon Richardson, age 35, also known as Shannon Rogers and Shannon Guest, allegedly mailed a third toxic letter to Mark Glaze, director of Mayors Against Illegal Guns, which was found and co-chaired by Bloomberg. The 3 letters were mailed to Shreveport, Louisiana last month, federal authorities said. Richardson told authorities Richardson told authorities last week that her husband, Army veteran Nathan Richardson, was behind the letters, according to an FBI arrest affidavit. But court's documents released Friday allege that it was the mother of 5 who sent letters to get back at her husband. If convicted, Richardson could face up 10 years in prison, according to the prosecutors. So she may not be seen in The Walking Dead anymore. Wow.
I played that video at the first break.
Oh, you did? Okay.
What were you? Oh, you were on Twitter trying to hook up with that chick.
Jealous wife attack. Wow. Wow, goodness. Guess it's for those who don't want to pay or cannot afford it, they have another way to qualify, right? I'm doing it my way. Yes. that they have a way if you have no money. Wow. How about that? That's something to talk about.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
It's I forgot how they call it. It's a poverty fund or whatever, but you have to prove that you are poverty and what is the poverty level or whatever. So, but I don't know if you'd really want to run on that type of ticket.
That's true.
It's hard enough to run on a write-in candidate than it is on that ticket, and you still won't get your name on the ballot.
Yeah. Yes.
So, it's that's why everybody's pushing for the nonpartisan, so that when you do qualify and pay your fees, your name will be on the ballot.
Yeah. Right.
The only other way it won't is if you qualify and do it as a write-in.
That's something. That's really something.
To qualify as a write-in, you still have to go through all the Board of Ethics. You still have to file all the fees. You got to file your income. Everything that you own, everything that you do is an open book.
No, that's true. Speaking of which, though, since they have the thing with nonpartisan, does that mean that you have to re-register as well as a candidate?
If it goes to partisanship, I'll have to re-register. We all will have to re-register.
Wow.
So it's costing the Board of Elections and this taxpayers right here a bunch of money. Yeah, a bunch of money to go as a partisanship. There you go.
Oh, okay. The city is named Shreveport. Okay, not with the
God,
name,
that
not
looks like
Shreveport.
Robert Reeker, don't it?
Yeah, it sure does. Arab style, right? Woo.
Guess 134 says, "Believe me, I am poor." Will just join the crowd.
We're the only city of this size that is still partisan.
Yes, the coffee guy says, "How many people are running?" I think at least 5 or 6 mayoral candidates. 5 or 6 coffee. Yeah, 6. Yeah,
there were 6.
7. I guess if you include Anna, it would be 7, right?
If they do it to requalify, and it could be even more. See, he can't qualify right now.
Okay.
Until the judicial system decides what they're going to do with this race, it still stays as it is. No matter if it's in December or sometime even in next year. If it stays partisan, nobody else can enter the race. If it goes nonpartisan, it opens up the door for anybody to come in.
Well, I can understand that because they have an election somewhere else that they call to replace somebody.
Right.
But they can do that in an emergency, right?
Correct.
It's called emergency election? Okay.
Right.
Definitely.
They can postpone it for as long as they want. And whoever is residing in that office still stays in that office.
Right. Well, I know it's getting close to that time, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into sports while
Ed, my say la vie to everybody.
Yeah,
Ed goes to
at least to get who said it first in word order. Just hopefully I'll spread it out so at least be able to find what you need and write it down, type it in.
Do it.
Okay. Well, as you know, Game 3 of the NBA Finals is going to be tonight at 9 p.m. on ABC. The Miami Heat will be going against the San Antonio Spurs at San Antonio tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. on ABC. It's going to be a wing-dang-dinger, boy, of a game.
It's always a wing-dang-dinger.
Yeah, obviously. Speaking of, and that's all I have so far of basketball for right now. At least in other news, in football, I talked about it earlier briefly. Tim Tebow finally has a new team. The New England Patriots has announced the signing of the polarizing quarterback Tim Tebow with the poor throwing motion on Tuesday, 6 weeks after he was cut by the New York Jets, and just in time for the start of the 3-day minicamp that runs through Thursday this week. Tebow is age 25 years old, is being reunited with Josh McDaniels, the Patriot offensive coordinator, who was Denver's head coach when the Broncos traded into the first round to take him in the 25th draft pick in 2010. There is no guarantee that Tebow will still be with the Patriots when training camp begins next month, but if the Patriots keep him, he would have time to develop as a quarterback since Tom Brady holds that job. Tebow could even be tied in where the status of Rob Gronkowski is uncertain after he had his 4th operation on his broken left forearm on May 20th and faces back surgery next month. It says Tebow's NFL career appeared to be over when the Jets released him on April 29th this year, and no team rushed to sign him. But Patriots coach Bill Belichick decided to bring the 2007 Heisman Trophy winner, who led Florida to 2 national championships. Hate that. Wish Georgia could have had him. But anyway, after the NFL draft, which they selected quarterback Geno Smith from West Virginia, the Jets decided to release Tebow just more than a year after a dressed-up high-profile press conference that welcomed him into the organization. The Jets went 6-10 last season and lost its final 3 games and finished tied for last place in the AFC East with Buffalo. New England, meanwhile, went 12-4, won the division, and advanced to the AFC title game. So there may be a good chance that, hopefully, that Tebow will be Tim Brady's backup quarterback this upcoming season, in the NFL this upcoming season, which starts in not less than 3 months from now. Less than 3 months from now. So hopefully we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Also, in other news, Lionel Hollins is out as the Memphis Grizzlies coach. The Memphis Grizzlies decided to part with the winningest coach in the franchise history, telling Lionel Hollins that they will not be renewing his contract as head coach coming off their first trip to the Western Conference Finals. Hollins confirmed last night to the Associated Press that he had been told his contract will not be renewed. He had no further comment. The commercial appeal first cited anonymous sources that Hollins had been told that he would not be back as the Grizzlies' head coach. WMC-TV in Memphis first reported that Hollins said his contract would not be renewed before thanking former Grizzlies owner Michael Heisley for giving him the opportunity to be the head coach, and Memphis fans for their support. The move finally came after Hollins attended each of the Grizzlies' first 3 pre-draft workouts, including the 3rd session on Monday. Hollins' contract had been set to expire on June 30th, but the Grizzlies issued a statement Monday night saying that Hollins is no longer with the organization. Jason Levin, the chief executive officer and managing partner of the Grizzlies, said they decided after talks with Hollins and his agent to go on a different direction and thanked the veteran coach for his work with the franchise since its start in Vancouver, Canada, when it was originally the Vancouver Grizzlies. Hollis, who won an NBA title as a player with the Portland Trail Blazers with Bill Walton, by the way, in 1977, had been with the franchise for 10 of its first 12 seasons and was the interim head coach first in the 1999-2000 season when he replaced Brian Hill after a 4-18 start in Vancouver, and again for 4 games in 2004-05 after Hubie Brown resigned. Heisley hired Hollins after firing Mark Ivaroni in January 2009, and he is 214 and 201 overall in 18 and 17 in the playoffs. I guess they want to make new moves, even though despite the fact that they got swept by the San Antonio Spurs, but it was their first time that the Grizzlies actually made it to the playoffs. Period. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of bittersweet. I wish he would have stayed on there. But I guess these things happen. Also, in other sports-related news, Detroit Pistons hire Maurice Cheeks as the new coach, and also there was some other sports-related news, actually kind of local in so to speak. One arrested in arson at former MLB player's home in Ackworth, Georgia. Police say that an arrest has been made in a fire that tore a house owned by an ex-Major League outfielder. Cobb County Fire spokeswoman Danelle Boyd said a fire was reported early Sunday morning in Ackworth at the home of former Atlanta Braves outfielder Otis Nixon. Ackworth Police Chief Wayne Denard says that Nixon's neighbor, 34-year-old Lamine Dia, was arrested and will be charged with arson. It's unclear if he has an attorney. Authorities say that the fire stemmed from a dispute between Dia and a man who lived at the house. Officials say that Nixon's son and others lived in the home. Nixon played for several teams, including the Atlanta Braves between 1983 and 1999. He was arrested on drug charges after a traffic stop recently last month. That's what we have so far, at least for sports locally. Cincinnati Bengal Adam Pac-Man Jones was arrested recently. A police complaint that says Jones was accused of striking a Cincinnati woman shortly before midnight on June 5th. The police report lists that the injury as an apparently minor. Jones was arrested last night. A message left for his agent hasn't been returned. It's now the first time that Pac-Man Jones has been in trouble. He pleaded guilty in January 2012 to a misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct. He has been accused of shouting profanities and trying to pull away as police arrested him at a Cincinnati bar months earlier. So that's at least some other stuff. Oh, also, Garcia and Woods are found shaking hands on the green. It seems that in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, Tiger Woods and Sergio Garcia shook hands yesterday on the U.S. Open practice range at Merion. It was the first time they had seen each other since Garcia jokingly said at an awards dinner in England that he would have Woods over for dinner during the U.S. Open. We will serve fried chicken. Garcia apologized for the racially insensitive remark the next day at a news conference. A fan at the U.S. Open took a picture of the handshake and posted it on Twitter. Both Woods and Garcia have news conferences later today. The last time they shook hands was on May 12th, early Sunday at the Players' Championship after completing the third round when they were paired together. Woods went on to win the tournament. So, I guess wonder about the thing about how somehow race for some reason is always in the back minds of people. I mean, I know people say, well, some people say, well, he's not really black, he's mixed, he's combination, but for a reason. But I guess to some bigots, he's just black enough for him to catch hell. I mean, like Fuzzy Zeller. I mean, talking about, hey, we're going to, I guess next time when he won the Masters the first time, he said, I guess we're going to be serving fried chicken and collard greens and stuff. But they forget that he's also half Thai, he's half Asian. They didn't mention anything about Mugu Gai Pan or fried rice or soy sauce.
Or Kino Changan Gai.
Yeah, what he said.
Guys, see my. Yeah.
What?
I know you're gonna say. I know you.
Okay.
It almost slipped through the tongue. I caught myself.
Oh, you missed a picture from yesterday.
Wow. Guest 355 says, why do most running and know they have no chance in hell always say they will give back the salary?
Sympathy vote.
Oh, okay.
It's pure sympathy vote. Or why will they sit there and say that, oh, I'll give 10% or 20%, to the Cancer Society or something of that sort? Come on now. If you're doing that, you ought to be doing it anyways. Why are you telling everybody that you're going to do that? I mean, are you trying to get their vote?
Try it, possibly.
Yeah,
possibly.
Or buy your votes with them. To me, that's very unethical. But if you're going to give your salary, well, that means you already have money.
Yeah.
So why are you asking everybody for money for campaign contributions to run your campaign? Why don't you just run your campaign, take your salary like you're supposed to, do the job that you're supposed to do, and don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't take everybody else's money to make you run. Use your own.
Possibly.
But the people fall victim of that. Oh, he's just doing such a good thing. Look at that. He wants to give his money back and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
That's why they love sports so much.
Yeah, it's roughing the passer. He's just not getting enough protection back there.
Boy, that cup would have hurt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is that what you call the rear end riding?
Yeah.
Looks like he's behind it 100%.
That's right.
I got your back.
Got your back, buddy. Buddy.
I got you in the back.
Ouch.
Ouch. This won't hurt a bit.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Well, I guess if DC did not show up, then DB would have his own show, a la Tommy Sotomayor. So no, because I think that those that run should not make that much. I don't ask for money. I can live with $40,000 a year. Well, shoot, yeah, anybody shoot.
All right, guys, I do have to go. My call just came in, and the salary is only $100,000 a year. Rickert wants to increase it to $125,000 a year because he got his increase. Yes, he got a $25,000 increase on his salary because he wasn't making enough money. He was making more as an attorney. Well, you know what? He ought to go back being an attorney.
Exactly.
I'll leave on
that
let
me
note,
be
folks.
mayor. That'd be a good job. Yes.
There you go.
Maybe I should run for mayor. She $100,000.
Adios.
I don't think anybody would hire her in Macon anymore.
Do I know?
As an attorney.
Yeah.
Wow.
See ya, DC.
All right. Until next time, guys. It was fun. It was real.
It was very good. Thanks for coming by.
Sorry,
Thanks for
David
David
Kushner.
Kushner.
Days today, but maybe next day or whatever will be better.
All right. Take care now. That was David Kuzno, mayoral candidate. Thank you, DC, for coming by. It definitely took a huge load off of me. Definitely because I had.
I've got a guest coming for you in a second.
All right. Says guest 355 says I'm living here at 35,000 here and don't have shit. Says all of my signs and flyers will be paid by me. Coffee guy says he said he was leaving 10 times and he's still talking. Just kidding. Wow.
Irv's here with you.
Oh, Irv? Well, what's that big black square? Okay, I guess he's a mystery. I guess he's incognito.
No, there's a 20-second lag.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Wow. I guess in other news, in other sports news, it says, as I talked about earlier, rear slap gets ex-NFL star C. Johnson 30 days in jail. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida,
But that guy could butt fuck him after the touchdown.
Yes. Former NFL star Chad Johnson was sentenced Monday to 30 days in jail for a probation violation in a domestic violence case by a judge who angrily rejected a no-jail plea deal after Johnson playfully slapped his attorney on the backside in court. Johnson, known as Chad Ochocinco for his jersey number in Spanish during his playing days, well, actually that'd be 85. 85 would be 85, but that's neither here nor there. He had reached a deal with prosecutors calling for community service and counseling instead of jail. Broward County Circuit Judge Kathleen McHugh said she would tack an additional 3 months probation because Johnson had failed to meet with his probation officer during 3 previous months. It was all said until Johnson, when asked by McHugh if he was satisfied with his lawyer, Adam Swickey, gave the attorney a light swat on the rear, as football players routinely do to each other on the field. The courtroom erupted in laughter, and at that, McHugh said she wouldn't accept the deal. He says, "I don't know if you're taking this whole thing seriously. I just saw you slap your attorney on the backside. Is there something funny about this?" McHugh said, slapping the plea deal document down on her desk. The whole courtroom was laughing. "I am not going to accept this plea negotiations. This isn't a joke." Johnson, age 35, tried to apologize, insisted he meant no disrespect. Johnson was on probation after pleading no contest to headbutting his then-wife, TV reality star Evelyn Lozada during an altercation last August. She quickly filed for divorce after barely having a month of marriage. And Johnson, a 6-time Pro Bowl wide receiver, was immediately released by the Miami Dolphins. He didn't play at all last season. Johnson told the judge, "This is your courtroom. I have no intent to make this a joke. It's not funny. My life is in a shambles right now, and I try my best to laugh and keep a smile on my face." But McHugh, the judge, who could have given Johnson up to a year in jail, was not moved. Says, "It's not the first time he's behaved that way in my courtroom," she said. Johnson was then handcuffed and hauled away to jail. Swickle declined comment on whether he would ask the judge to reduce her sentence. Hours later, Johnson sent out a tweet on his verified Twitter account, "Love me through the good and the bad because I'm gone, because love you regardless, see you in 30. Wow. That is really, really bad. Swickle told the judge he has suffered, he has lost everything. That is, wow. That is really messed up. That is really, really bad. Wow. It's kind of funny though. Evelyn Lozada, who is Chad Ochocinco's ex-wife, was on VH1's Basketball Wives. So she was a former ex-wife, were actually engaged. She was previously engaged to ex-NBA star Antoine Walker, who played for the Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, and other teams, and was a star on the University of Kentucky's 1996 national championship team. Wow. How about that? Wow, how the mighty have fallen. So sad, man. That's so sad. Really sad.
What's that smell? Oh, get that shit out of here. Oh my God, who's smoking a Black and Mild?
Who is that?
David.
David, you're back. DC, you're back.
Since he was stinking up the room, I'm gonna stink it.
Oh, jeez Louise, man. Come on. I was reading, going to the chat. It says, I know that I won't win, but I'll have a good time running. It says, good experience for you. And it says, here forever, who is plastic, by the way. It says, guest 134 says, go to my Facebook page, the antithesis of politics, Anthony B. Harris for mayor. And she says, I will. A lot of my ideas are on that page. More to come. And the coffee guy says, how will a non-voter ask someone to vote?
Really?
Good question. Good question, coffee guy. Ellen Megan says, and LOL. Rosalind says, Cole says, oh.
Yeah, how can you vote if you can't vote?
Yeah, the coffee guy says, don't call it an election, call it a party. The guest says, guest 134 says, I can get 2/3 of the money. I can get 2/3 of the money back because I don't do it for the greed. Hey, how about give it to me? I need a car that's built in this century. Yes, I need a car with some airbags and brakes.
I need to go do mission work.
Yes.
Take care of the real need of the people of the community. Teach them how to be fishermen instead of just taking the scraps off the table. Yeah. From the ones that are in the politics office.
Right there, baby. There's the airbags. There's DB's airbags.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, you didn't still make them come out of the bed.
Now you just. Thanks a lot, Dream.
That'll take a little time.
Thanks a lot, Dream Killer.
That'll be tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Dream Killer.
Then we'll just have to post it.
Jeez.
That's called new birth, right, or rebirth?
Goodness, why don't you just put the Senadoras on there? That's
Could you imagine if she
put
was
that
actually,
eyesore?
what would happen if she got pregnant?
Ugh. Man, it'd be something out of Aliens. Jeez.
It would have to definitely be
How about Kim?
they'd have to redefine C-section.
Woo.
How about Kim Kardashian?
How about her?
Okay, not bad. Also, going for baseball, the Baltimore Orioles beat the LA Angels 4-3. The Boston Red Sox over the Tampa Bay Rays 10-8. Milwaukee Brewers over the Miami Marlins 6-1. Cincinnati Reds over the Chicago Cubs 6-2. Texas Rangers over the Cleveland Indians 6-3. Kansas City Royals over Detroit Tigers 3-2. Chicago White Sox over the Toronto Blue Jays 10-6. Houston loses to Seattle 2-3. San Diego Padres squeak by the Atlanta Braves 7-6. And the Arizona Diamondbacks are over the LA Dodgers 5-4. Wow, how about that? Also, in
How about them making Braves? Where are they at? Thank you, Jack Ellis.
Yeah, well, actually, thank you, Jim Marshall.
And Jim Marshall too.
yeah, because we didn't have an Olympic sport thing. I guess. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Also, one last thing in sports: Tom Thibodeau and Monty Williams are joining the U.S. Olympic men's basketball team.
Wow!
Adding 2 respected defensive coaches to Mike Krzyzewski's staff. Syracuse's coach Jim Boeheim returns to round out the staff for the next 3 years. U.S. basketball has announced Thibodeau, whose Chicago Bulls are one of NBA's toughest defensive teams, and the New Orleans Pelicans. Williams will replace Mike D'Antoni and Nate McMillan. It says, circumstances for individuals. We really like to thank Mike D'Antoni and Nate McMillan for their service and feel that with the 2 additions to the staff, we'll replace them in Tom Thibodeau and Monty Williams. We've added a couple outstanding coaches to join our staff. It says, Krzyzewski decided recently to remain the coach after leading the Americans to Olympic gold medals in 2008 and 2012. Yeah. The new staff will take part in the Americans minicamp for young players in July, and its first competition together will be in the 2014 World Cup of Basketball in Spain. So that's pretty much all.
You want the Senadors? I got you the Senadors.
Thank you.
There you go.
Now you got her.
Oh God.
Okay. Nice site.
Nice her.
Gee, thanks.
Alright, gotta leave. Now I got my stuff with me. Huh?
See you.
No more smoke.
Keep in touch. Don't be a stranger.
Okay.
Alright.
Yes, thanks, Dream Killer. Thanks, Ed.
Dream Killer, hey. Your nickname.
Ed the Dream Killer Einbinder. That was actually going to make my day, man, seeing being right next to the Senadores. Or the Doritos Locos Tacos, as Gamer Girl once called them. Wow. Coffee Guy says, I don't vote in bacon. I Facebook, but I don't Facebook politics. Guess 131 says, I will get the Mickey Mouse votes. Well, how about that? Time flies when you're having fun, right? It's 10:49 going on 10:50. We have 10 minutes left in the show. You're watching a morning roast with DB, the one-man gang, along with Ed making karaoke. Einbinder. It's getting hotter and hotter in here. Who would have thought? It was place was raining yesterday. Now it's getting hotter and may have a chance of scattered showers later today. It's 79 degrees, 79 with a high, 79 and sunny with a high of 92 degrees and a low of 73. We have 10 minutes left on the show. The Afro DB is the best one. Rosalind Costa, you got that bipolar weather there too. Yeah, baby, yeah. Who would have thought about that? My goodness. I have one more story. It says threats that made Bardstown officers will be killed. Wow. This is from the Courier Journal. Says that the Bardstown Police Department still reeling from the ambush shooting death of Officer Jason Ellis last month. Has received threats that more officers will be killed. Says Chief Rick McCubbin said that Monday night that he received a letter last Thursday addressed to him that said that there will be more officers that will go down like the first one. McCubbin said he's been asked by the Kentucky State Police and the FBI not to reveal the exact wording of the letter. The chief said at least one of the threat was made by telephone. Says there's nothing we can really sink our teeth into or know who's making them, he said. Police says Ellis was shot to death around 2 a.m. on May 25th this year after he stopped his cruiser on the ramp of exit 34 on the Bluegrass Parkway on his way home and got out to remove tree limbs that were in the roadway. Says investigators say that they believe the tree limbs were placed on the road intentionally as a way to ambush Ellis. Boy, that is a messed up way to go. Someone, police officer, getting set up like that. That's just crazy. That's just really messed up. Well, it's about 10. We have less than 9 minutes. I think we probably can go into training now. At least
Eric's under the pressure right
now. Yes, we're under the pressure.
Eric.
It's all on me.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I'm gonna have movies tonight, but just letting everybody know, I am actually moving my channel from movies to Justin TV because Vaughn is dropping out on the movie.
Dropping out.
Stream right, we'll get the show here.
Yeah.
But I'm moving my movies to Justin TV.
Because that's slightly better clarity, right?
Hell yeah.
And then lesser dropout.
No lag, no sluggishness.
Wow. Well, I'll just, I guess I can go into trending now before go into Wordsmith. And also, have you heard this first? The top 10 stories trending now. From number 10 is JFK guards dozing. Number 9 is Netherlands UFO. Number 8 is Soberman DUI. Number 7, Rite Aid scam. Number 6 is tornado survivor killed. Number 5 is Adam Jones arrested. Number 4 is Mila Kunis. Number 3 is ex-Journey singer. Number 2, Shia LaBeouf NSA. And number 1 trending now story is The Big Bang Theory. And I don't think we talked about any of these stories, so you can figure out which one you want to pick, and I'll just get that one, and we'll go into the other segments of the story, and then and then do the Daily Bread, and for Irv. Oh, Big Bang Theory. Okay, that's the number 1 story. Why not? That is the number 1 story. How about that? It says finding up. Oh, okay. I guess find upcoming. It says that though something says. Oh, okay. The Big Bang Theory is, along with Breaking Bad, leads to Critics' Choice TV Award winners in Los Angeles. Wow. So it had. So I guess the Critics' Choice Awards that was on, I guess, last night on cable TV. It won best. It won best comedy. It won best sitcom. How about that? That is incredible. So, The Big Bang Theory led the comedy winners at the Critics' Choice Awards on Monday, while AMC series Breaking Bad and HBO's fantasy epic Game of Thrones won top prizes, edging out Mad Men and Homeland. HBO film Behind the Candelabra won Best Miniseries or Movie, and Michael Douglas's turn as the camp and complex Liberace won the Best Actor in the Miniseries or Movie prize. The Big Bang Theory, about a group of nerdy scientists, was an early winner on the night, with co-stars Kaylee Cuoco and Simon Helberg, who also winning Best Comedy Supporting Actor awards. Cuoco's win was tied with Eden Sher of ABC's family comedy The Middle. The Big Bang Theory is in its 6th season, beat Lewis, New Girl, Veep, The Middle, and Parks and Recreation. How about that? That's incredible. So how about that? That's my favorite show. See, Revenge of the Nerd is real life. Real life. It is very real. It gets really real. Guess 134. Sheldon's crazy, LOL. Says guess 134 says, I guess that their bipolarity made it hard for them to decide whether they should do a show or not. Dang, man, that's messed up. Well, it's 10:55 now. I guess we can go into word origins. It says habeas corpus, and this means habeas corpus means literally you should have the body. They are the first words of a Latin writ, apparently in use in England since the 13th century, requiring a person to be brought before a court of law. It begins habeas corpus ad subjudicium, which means you should have the body to undergo. That is, you must produce the person in court so that he or she may undergo what the court decides. It applies in particular to the bringing of a detained person in court so that a judge may decide whether he or she is being legally held. A safeguard against the unlawful detention enshrined in England in the Habeas Corpus Act of 1679. Now that's incredible. That's incredible. Now, our next one, who said it first? Who said it first? Says famous for 15 minutes. Who said that phrase first? And obviously we pretty much know who that is. In 1968, Andy Warhol wrote a catalog for an exhibition of his work in Stockholm, Sweden, and included the sentence, "In the future, everyone in the world will be famous. Everyone will be world famous for 15 minutes." Various paraphrases developed by media have been at variance with the original, e.g., in the future, 15 people will be famous, and, quote, in 15 minutes, everybody will be famous. Sometimes the variations came from Warhol himself, apparently tired of being queried about the 1968 original. In 1979, he said that his 1968 prediction had come true. Everyone was famous for 15 minutes. In usage, Warhol's original sentence has been shortened to famous for 15 minutes. The term is customarily used rather scathingly in the sense that Warhol intended that the attention some personalities or incidents attract is fleeting. Condensed to they had their 15 minutes, the expression is immediately understood as a put down. Someone's time in the sun has now become time in the shade. In recent times, the original Warhol statement has started to show signs of moving with the times, becoming 15 megabytes of fame. How about that? I guess even quotes can be updated or upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Well, it's 10:58 right now, the 2-minute warning. So I guess we can go.
Yeah, I got the Daily Bread up.
Oh, really? Okay, so do I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Well, go ahead and read it.
Okay, today's Daily Bread is Savor Every Bite for June 11, 2013 by Joe Stoa, and we definitely savored a lot.
Here's your Daily Bread.
Thank you.
A couple slices.
I like wheat bread, but still, bread's good, is okay for it. Well, here it is, Savor Every Bite by Joe Stoa for June 11, 2013. My wife Marty often tells me, Joe, you eat too fast. Slow down and enjoy your meal. Do you think I should do it in Irving's voice? I'm usually done long before she is because she takes the time to savor every bite. I wonder how many of us rush through reading God's word without really savoring it. The psalmist said about it. I probably need to stop. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Psalms 119, verse 103. That sounds good to me. What are the benefits of delighting in the rich food of Scripture? A daily meal of God's Word helps to keep anxiety, pride, fear, and temptation from plaguing our undernourished hearts and strengthens us for a victorious journey. The Word gives us wisdom and understanding, verses 98 to 100. It helps us restrain our feet from evil, verse 101. Just as our digestive system distributes nutrients to our bodies, God's Word, when digested, nourishes our minds, our emotions, and our will. Rather than grabbing the Word on the run just before dashing out the door, it's important to read it at a time and in a place where we can really fellowship with God. Take the time and enjoy savoring the richness of God's Word. Thank you, Father, for the gift of your Word. Please forgive us for the times that we've rushed through reading without taking the time to savor the richness of its meaning. Help us to listen to your voice. What happened to the music? God's words provides the ingredients we need to thrive spiritually. And also the quote, or at least the verse for today to go with is Psalms 119, verse 103. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth.
Can you handle another hour?
Whew, I don't know. Going by myself for 1 hour.
We got things to do.
Yeah, I got things that I gotta pay. I gotta pay the water bill today because it doesn't pay itself, unfortunately. The cover guy says the Pope and the Pope picture with DBS, the first black Pope, well, at least the first one in like 1,500 years. Wow, that is hard to believe. We went through it's 11 o'clock, going on 11:01. Who would have thought? The morning roast with DB would just be a lonely session. Well, it wasn't good. Go rob a convenience store, DB. Don't you? I'm not into anarchy, guess 134. Wow, who would have thought? Well, we want to thank all our guests here. C. Fluke, Rosalind, Nicole, the coffee guy, DS Photo guy who was here earlier today, and also Saibuki.
He's there. He was there a minute ago.
Oh, he wasn't? Okay, I'm sorry. Also want to thank Acid DJ, Ashley34, Flunky Donkeys Here Forever, aka Plastic, Mr. Dumpster Baby, Nikal 3000, Rush 2929, Steven Kettlecorn, and Guest 134, aka Ant. Guest 170, 174, Guest 25, Guest 27, Guest 33, Guest 35, Guest 46, Guest 51, Guest 81. Wow. There's a whole lot of guests here. Don't be I'm glad you're a guest, but don't be a stranger. Pick a name, pick a handle, and stick with it so we can see it. So it's 79 degrees right now in Macon. It's 79 and sunny with a high of 92 and a low of 73. It's 11:02 a.m. Enjoy the sun for right now, but definitely watch out. There may be some scattered showers for those in the Macon, Georgia, Central Georgia area, and also stay close to some fans and or air conditioning if you have them available, because it's going to hit 90 plus degrees outside. Coffee guys, what if everyone was a guest? Confusing. Well, that's all I have right now. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for watching. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for going the distance with me, and along with also with David Cousineau, DC, for guest spotting with us for a while, and also hope you get well, Irving, and our prayers and thoughts and minds are with you, as well as the guests and other visitors here. On behalf of myself and Irv and Ed, this is DB right here telling you, can you smell what the roast is brewing? We'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, I got your Pope.
I got your Pope right
I
here.
got your Pope right here.
God bless you, Dominus Christi. Yes, we will see you tomorrow. Until next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Also, and Earl Big Skittle, who was also here today. See you tomorrow.